Hello, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else across the world, and welcome back to another exciting Playday of Talent League. And I am, of course, joined by the lovely, ever amazing sensation, Squishy.
Hello! Yeah, it's good to be back here. I haven't
I
casted in
know.
a while, but I'll see what Ruhrsports and Baker Boys have to offer today. And I mean, it's good to be back to saying straight and confirmed Villa, not Oregon, which is just
It got insta-banned, by the way, as far as it got insta-banned because of the new rules as well that some people don't know, is that one or two bans get instantly randomly banned just to provide a more diverse viewing experience for the viewer. And Oregon was one of those maps this time, so, good for us.
Yeah, because when we see Oregon, I do want to sleep. But, we do move. It's not the best map. But, I mean, Ruhrsports and Baker Boys. It's the last game of this week, and we're going to see these two teams face off. They're both in 8th place, but we haven't seen much games. Both in 8th place, though, just something to, make it a bit more spicy. But, I mean, they've played pretty well. But, I mean, Baker Boys, they have had closer games recently as
it's their first season, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, Ruhrsports not trying to point them out, but 7-1.
7-1. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But
we'll talk about the positives.
We'll go in a second. But just to confirm, as Chrissy said, we're playing Cafe and then Villa. We're going to be going to Cafe first, I believe, and then we're going into Villa. But please correct me wrong. Yeah, that is correct. I'm not really sure if we do not have any kind of community vote, so there's no going to be vote display. But I think we have the graphic ready for the table? Yep, it's gonna appear on your screen right about now. And as you can see, Baker Boys, they are in last place right now, and so are Ruhrsports, because both of these teams are yet to play a game. There is another game that is still yet to be played, that is Machine versus Nice Gaming, but unfortunately that does not look to be streamed this week. So it is going to be the last stream game of this week, like Squishy said. Ruhrsports versus Baker Boys, and now we can actually talk about what happened a bit last week. So, Squishy, you go first. Talk about Ruhrsports and what exactly happened last week.
Well, I mean, you're a bit of the more, you've been here longer, but I've been catching up with the games. I mean, playing against QVG, which we do know, great team,
solid team.
Yeah, they got into Champions Series last season, and I mean, Clubhouse and Oregon, when they both played against, it's Clubhouse in Oregon. It's just a solid defense and attack by QVG. It's nothing to say there. Ruhrsports obviously not ready for it. And, Ruhrsports, maybe they... Yeah, 7-1 2 times. Jaeger is the big fan of Baker Boys right now, so...
Yeah, no, I'm not saying anything. No caster curses. Going to be completely neutral.
Oh, yeah.
No bias casting. We're going to go completely neutral into this. We're just going to see what happens, because... if anything happens, I do not want to be responsible as a caster's curse. But like you said, 7-1 on Oregon and Clubhouse.
Yeah. Both Thatcher banned as well, guys. Thatcher's banned.
It's 7. I mean, Ruhrsports have won a combined 2 rounds in the last Playday, which is not the greatest, but it could have been worse. It could have been only 1 round or 0 rounds, which would have been pretty bad. But it was a pretty good display from QVG last week, and I just spoke to how menacing they are, and the fact that they want to reach that champions after Noetic have, of course, left this season. And speaking about Baker Boys, let's Baker Boys, they played against, if I correct, Machines, and first game very close on Oregon, 8-6. Baker Boys so close, getting it to overtime, but just couldn't get it over the line. And the second map was a bit more comfortable for Machine, as they won Clubhouse 7-3. I mean, actually, I'm looking at the bans here. Have you noticed this, Squishy? I'm looking at the bans, because we have like a little data sheet of like all the stats last week, and the bans on the set of Baker Boys have been Blackbeard and Capcan for both maps.
Oh, I don't know what's going on there.
That is. I mean, fair play to them.
Maybe the rank grind didn't go well.
The rank grind thing, but is that going to be a recurring thing we're going to see? They're going to ban? Because like I said, I knew a few players personally from Baker Boys, and I know they hate Capcan with a passion. So I can tell you for a fact that this is not trolling 100%. This is them being serious about banning Capcan because they hit him. So honestly, I won't be surprised if we see another Blackbeard and Capcan ban. But I'm not going to say anything. No caster, just like I said. And I think that's just about almost everything we've discussed. But unfortunately, the teams do not seem to be ready right now, so we're gonna have to deal with our lovely faces for just a bit longer. And I mean, Squishy, let's just focus. You're not casted a lot this season. I think this is your first cast, actually, right? You had to cancel the one you had last week for personal reasons. I mean, what are you excited about? It's a new season, new thoughts, new teams. What is going through your mind? What is it?
I mean, it's just the great feeling to be back and casting and seeing two teams play against each other. But it's just with Ruhrsports, I do know a couple of their players. It's good inside jokes which you'll probably see throughout the stream. And I mean, it's kind of me versus you right now, Jaeger on the Baker Boys and me on the Ruhrsports. So we'll see who comes out on top. But I mean, it's just great. And I mean, I'm obviously looking for. I say this every time at the start, the end of every match. Overtime match point, 1vx clutch. That's what I'm looking for. Just the best. As you can see from Jaeger's lovely expressions on his face. We do love to see that kind of thing throughout. But I mean, we got Icok and D7 on the Ruhrsports roster. So I want to see them popping some frags. But I mean, according to Jaeger, we've got Slows, Aaron, Adjoint, Plunet, and Typical trying to shut them down. But I mean, Cafe and Villa, strong maps to see and strong maps to watch. And there's a lot of things you can see on these maps, a lot of diversity and variety throughout every site. And there's no default assignment on either of these maps. It's just whoever's got the better team wins, to be honest.
Yeah, and that's what I'm definitely expecting. The better team wins. I'm very excited. This is the first time, this is the first stream because I'm pretty sure last stream that Baker Boys were playing had gotten cancelled for production side, which is unfortunate. So this is the first time we're going to be seeing them live playing on a stream for the first time. I'm repeating my word. If you can't tell how excited I am,
hello.
Well, I don't know.
We need one last Baker Boy.
Oh, okay. Okay.
A bit of game chat audio coming out. I'm not sure if you could hear that, but the players are definitely enjoying themselves. Let's just leave it at that. And like I said before, I'm really excited to watch this game. These players, especially good friends of mine, and hopefully I don't jinx them by talking about them right now. So let's just talk about something else. Going on to Cafe. We've seen Rouge Esports on Cafe before, and I'm not really sure exactly what their stats were for last season. Squishy, do you remember? Because my memory is, of course, goldfish memory. Do not remember anything. So,
it's a difficult one.
It's a difficult one, right? It's been a few a few months since the last time we've had to think about it. But I don't have official stats. But if my memory serves me correct, which is take all of this with a grain of salt because goldfish memory, like I said. I think they were very decently good at Cafe, or at the very least, it is their map pick, so I would assume that they're good.
Ruhrsports, if I can remember correctly, which I believe I can, because I backed myself on this one. But Cafe, it's a strong map for Ruhrsports. I do remember, especially against the first map I ever cast at Talent League, against Ignite Esports, overtime match point. Ignite Esports won. What can I say? But Cafe is definitely a strong map, and Ruhrsports will show that today. Baker Boys, they're just going to have to hold on to it. But Villa, I mean, Ruhrsports on Villa has been off and on. If they played a weaker team, they're just going to dominate. But when they play,
Villa's always been that kind of map, right? Sorry to cut you off, but if you remember, there's a lot of 7-0s, 7-1s. We've seen a lot of different teams smashing other teams. And, also, we did forget to mention this, but Esports are playing with a sub. Matrix is playing as a sub. He was in as a sub for the championship series, and he's going to be subbing in again today, I am pretty sure. I don't know if he's part of the actual roster or not, but I do know that he's not the registered player, so that means he is a substitute player. Yep, he was also, I think he was the previous team captain as well, because production's in my ear telling me a bunch of stuff. And, we're still waiting on someone having some Uplay technical difficulties. You know how it is, Uplay is Uplay. I think everyone who's played Siege understands the pain of having to deal with Uplay on a time-to-time basis and how frustrating it can be. Let's just say that it doesn't work half the time. But we're just waiting on one person in the lobby. So me and Squishy, we're just going to keep trying to waffle and keep your attention for as long as possible before the game starts. Squishy, go ahead.
I just want to point out Matrix his words, not mine, has not played this game since the last Champion Series, and he's not touched the game since. And I believe he's playing Valorant since then. So, I guess we'll see how that goes then for Matrix. See if he will be able to, not get embarrassed by me and you here, because you don't really want that. Not been playing the game for a while, and you've been putting the pressure.
Yeah, so. I really don't want to big anyone up and say this person's going to be the best player on the team, and then they'll drop a fat 0 by like round 6, right? That's not something you want to happen.
Caster's
I don't want
curse.
Yeah, like I said, Caster's curse. We don't want to. I don't want to bring out any one particular player. I'm just going to let the team play as you want. I know which player who I think is the best player on, Baker Boys and etc. And I think you know who I think. No, I don't want to say it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Like I am just a unbiased caster casting today. Okay, there's no need for me to say anything of that sort, Like,
I will. I will.
Okay, go on then.
ICOC is going to drop a fat 20 bomb in this game. I'm telling you. ICOC.
Bold prediction. Someone in chat, clip that, and make sure to tweet it at Squishy.
At me.
Add it when ICOX goes like 0 kills in 5 rounds. So,
and then he drops 20 kills after.
In the next map, maybe?
Baker Boys are going to be baking themselves in the oven instead of the baking machine.
Baking machine? Really?
I don't know.
Oven. Yeah, I think you mean oven. There you go.
Yeah, oven. The oven. We're still waiting on one Baker Boys player. I don't know where he is at, but I mean...
We still have a bit of time left as well, So... I mean, we're just gonna have to keep waffling, So, I mean, apart from Baker Boys and Ruhrsports, well, let's look at the table once again. Production, can we get the graphic back up, or? So we have the graphic for next week's games, so we can quickly pull that up as well. I'm seeing a few bangers, I'm seeing Ruhr Esports versus Nice Gaming, Wanted versus Blue Jays. Now that's a game that'll be really interesting to watch. I mean, what games are you looking forward to?
I mean, the whole lot, to be honest, but obviously I want to see Ruhrsports play again. But I mean, there's a lot to see throughout start of the season, because not only is there new teams joining, but there's a lot to see throughout. And Ignite Esports for me and Ruhrsports, obviously I want to watch them. But I mean, there are other teams which we haven't seen before, like Nice Gaming and Baker Boys, which you said, and Machine Soldiers. And these teams can really come out of the blue and possibly even win the whole series.
Yeah, they're definitely new teams. There's a lot of new teams this season. That's a lot of unexpected. Like last season and the few seasons before that, you knew New Edic's going to be at the top, right? You know there are going to be a few good teams that are going to go at it, but probably just come a bit short. And, that's exactly what happened. But this season, it's completely brand new, Most of these teams are new. Maybe some are recycled. I think Baker Boys was a recycled version of Aero Revolution that was playing last season. A few of the players have transitioned over and made this new, but overall, there's just a lot of new teams. Like I think Wanted's a new team. Machine, Structure, Nice Gaming. There's a lot of new teams. Baker Boys, like I said. So, like honestly, it's in like I'm just really excited. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm just really really excited to watch this game. Like
But before we completely run up dry, we're gonna talk about the table.
Yeah. Ooh, back to the table.
Someone left. Someone left.
More Uplay issues. Ooh.
But yeah, it's fine because we're talking about this
They're
table.
Still here. We're the best duo, Squishy.
Yeah, all right. QVG,
fine.
They've got 6 points. Yeah, Hyperion 5. They've got 4. And I'm giving you a little quiz here again. How many points does Team Wanted have?
Team Wanted, I think they're on 4 points as well, Squishy.
All right.
Let me ask you, how many points do Blue Jays have?
Let me just... 4 points is my guess. I mean...
That is absolutely... Okay, the quality has gone to its color. Okay, what is that? We've talked about everything. We've exhausted all the knowledge that we've provided beforehand. There's almost nothing to talk about. We're just waiting on the players now. You play issues.
Oh my god, someone joined back.
Oh, okay. This week's games. Okay, so productions. So a lot of stuff's happened. We can just go a quick recap or what happened in
Monday,
this week's games.
Tuesday,
so
Wednesday,
QVG, like you said, won this week again. Hyperion, I'm pretty sure, drew against Team Wanted. I casted that game, so I should know that.
Yeah. He's gonna put it up.
He's gonna put it up. Oh my god, production. The value is coming up. The value is coming out. Let's go.
We're gonna scroll down. So, Ignite.
Okay.
That is...
Ignite versus Blue Jays. 7-8 to Blue Jays and 5-7 to Blue Jays, like you said. You know, I was actually casting that game with Wum earlier, another really amazing caster, and yeah, it was insane. You know, Hunter had a 1v3 clutch at the end, and that was completely insane to win that round. At 7-7 match point, he came out and had a nice 1v3 clutch at Smoke post plan, and that was absolutely amazing. And yeah, and then the second map as well, 7-5 to Blue Jays. You know, Ignite Esports, they were playing with a completely new roster, as you know, and recycling it. So, you know, they were playing with a completely new roster. There's been a few changes with that, but they came through and unfortunately were just a little bit short. And apart from that, you know, Structure and QVG 7-5 was another really close game. Structure on Coastline Villa, taking them just almost to the brink of overtime, but coming a bit short. I mean, QVG, that's 2 wins for 2 and the only one at the top of the leaderboard, looking like the strongest team. And Hyperion 5 versus Team Wanted, a draw, 7-2 towards Hyperion, and then 8-6 towards Team Wanted to leave it to a draw.
I just want to talk about the game where Blue Jays plays against Nice Gaming. Nice Gaming, new team, right? A lot to see there. Blue Jays, they absolutely dominated on Villa. Just saying, 7-0. But on that Oregon game, 8-7. That game just proved Blue Jays, they came second in the Champion Series, if you didn't know already. Probably should, because, you know, Blue Jays, why not? Nice Gaming took them very far, which was quite surprising. As a new team, which we haven't seen, well, I haven't seen from many other T4 leagues, and especially in Talent League, they actually gave up a great fight. They did win, and they took it match point overtime against Blue Jay Esports. So that just shows that there'll be so many other teams like this throughout the whole thing. And Jaeger is just going at it. Oh, Jaeger. Oh, Jaeger, you're muted.
Oh, I didn't realize. I'm sorry. I hit my mute key on my keyboard. So that is my bad. You could probably see my face talking, but no words are coming out.
Whoa. The minor game leagues.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about.
7-4, Senthex, the bands. Do you want to guess what the bands were? Let
me guess. The one we shall not talk about, right? I'm actually guessing these, by the way. So the one we shall not talk about, probably... What map was it?
Chalet.
So probably a Valkyrie band.
Yeah, and other attacking band.
It would probably be like a Maverick maybe a Flores. A Flores is pretty strong, so it's like between a Maverick, maybe a Flores, maybe like a Jackal, because Jackal is pretty good. Maybe a Nomad. I'm gonna say Nomad, but I think it might be Flores. Oh my god, this is the final player finally joined. Okay, scratch that. I mean, actually, who was it? And let me guess what other defensive guy. Vomai, because Vomai is usually a safe pick.
Yeah. You did very well. Great guesses. Okay. Not gonna lie, just saw you peek into your second monitor there, but you know.
No. That was not that. That was not the scores. That was just production. Don't worry. I'm not a cheater. But yeah, we're finally in the game. Let's go.
Oh my god. Can we get some hype in the chat? Oh my god. Woo!
Get the attention back. These guys probably had the stream muted for like 10 minutes and just came back because they saw the game start. Let's be honest, guys. But regardless of that, Blackbird fan from Baker fans coming out of this world, completely new meta. Who would have thought that coming out? Not me, especially not me. Thatcher ban maybe? What do you think, Squishy?
I think a Thatcher ban.
I think a Thatcher ban mostly because it's on the screen.
Yeah. Who do you think this band's going to be? Wait, I think this band is going to be a Valkyrie.
Ooh,
I'm so good at guessing.
I wonder what this one's going to be, guys. I think it's going to be Capcan. What do you think, Squishy?
Maybe they pull out Mai or Jaeger.
My Jaeger? I think it's going to be Capcan. This is completely out there, a completely wild guess. I have no idea. Oh my god, how did I get that one right? I must be psychic.
I want to watch football. You're
oh my god.
over here.
A bit of banter going on in team chat, you know, saying to go on league after this. I'm not the biggest fan of League personally. I don't know about you, Squishy. You've probably never even heard of League, I'll be honest. Have you?
League of Legends?
Yeah. Have you ever played it?
No.
I mean,
I haven't touched that game.
Good,
it's just like
good. That's
wizards,
a good thing.
Wizards running around with spells, spawning big wizards.
You're gonna offend a lot of people in chat, so let's just stop right there. So and focus on the game.
I don't know the game.
You got, I mean, Amaru coming out. You know, let's just talk about the ops as it is. Amaru coming out. It's in the 6th pick, and he's not going to be 6th pick, so the Amaru is going to be stuck. And on the side of Baker Boys, you can see here a very roam heavy, a lot of free speeds here, a vigil plus alibi. To help deny the drone intel, help prevent a bit of roaming. The bandit as well.
Oh my god! Hey man, a Matrix.
Oh
the Ying and Amaru. Let's get into.
No.
You've been lated long enough. I don't want to hear about this roaming operators. I want to hear about the action. Hey man, Matrix is gonna be running in those windows. Gonna go for a smoke plant idea, I believe. The Capital.
It looks like a quick plant, yeah.
It definitely looks like that. And bringing the Glad would be a lot bait. But,
I mean, yeah, these are pretty standard ops when you 6-pick onto Ying. You just have like this kind of rush plant set up here. You have the smokes on the Capital and the fires, the Ying flashes on the Candelas. The Amaru can push in and completely apply pressure from different sides. The Nomad as well to help watch the flanks on the windows. It's a very aggressive setup, and it is looking like it's going to be some kind of fast plant, or at least some kind of smoke plant mid-round after we've got some kind of map control. But regardless of that, I mean, it's a very aggressive lineup on the side of Baker Boys as well. You can see the Vigil plus the Alibi already referred to earlier. They're going to have a pretty normal setup, except for the fact that they only have one. No, never mind. They have 2 shields. I forgot about the Alibi has a shield. Just ignore me there. But haven't seen any shields been put on 90 yet, actually. So I wonder if they managed to get that down in time before the round really started. And you can see here the Amaru just waiting outside that window, just trying to see if he can, weasel his way into that balcony through that window. And you can see here the Ash is on the roof, on the the skylight. Just gonna see if she can get a few picks. The drone's coming out, and with 2 minutes 20 seconds left on the clock, it's all even.
Oh, that was a close one. Typical nearly guys head cut off. That timing was in favor, but instead of a skylight plant, I mean, it's still looking like a heavy plant with the amount of smokes, and it's gonna seem like a timed rush. See Matrix ready to go in the window. Heyman throwing all of his Yings in. Matrix going with the see we can find D7, finds the kill, but A7 finds that refrag. Matrix finds one of his own, and that's going to be a 4v3. Baker Boys lost the sight and need to recover it back. Icon is going to be in, Icon's going to be in freezer, but a double for D7. Slow still in this roam game. He finds one, but Plunet, he finds another. And now a 2v2 evened out. Mixed Q has diffuser. See if he goes for a plant, but slows. He caught D7 on that rappel. Now it's going to be a 1v2 plant going down. And he just needs to cover this plant. One's going to be outside, one position known. Yellow ping's coming out from the side of Ruhrsports. We see other guys. The pre-fire nearly on his head, but it's a trade as Plunet takes out Mixed Q. But I mean, a great round to start it off. And the slows, he's happy with that 2k he found on that roam game, and it believes like it paid off. And I mean, Ruhrsports. In my eyes, believed just slipped out of their hands, and first round, so we'll see how the rest of it out goes.
I'm surprised the plant didn't go down a bit earlier. They were just waiting to get that map control, and you waited a bit too long as Baker Boys had enough time to readjust. And after the smoke traded 1-for-1, Plunet, I think, had a really huge round. They're killing that guy in the freezer and then denying the map control. They slow things down, and slows with the really aggressive play, high risk, high reward, jumps out of that window on white stairs, gets the frag, and manages to come back inside. And Plunet as well, don't forget, gets that trade at the end and leaves it all on slows, who can just defuse the bomb. No claymores, nothing like that. It's a freebie. So really good round coming out on the side of Baker Boys. Good retake and good situational awareness to adapt and overcome that one. It was a hard take. I'm surprised I was fully expecting them to lose that, to be honest, when I saw the positions that Ruhrsports was taking. But somehow, not somehow, but they did manage to get through it. They had the cogs and they made it through. And you can see here they're gonna go down to kitchen as the next side. Fireplace is gonna be on hold for just a second or just a round, maybe. It's going to be the exact same lineup coming out from the side of Baker Boys. Going to go heavy again on the frag power. And I think the only change on the sides of Esports is they have brought a Zofia as well as a Iana instead of the Amaru and the Ying.
Yeah. I mean,
Aruni, Amaru, the same operator. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's basically the same lineup, but 3 of the operators chain. You know,
it's the same one. Just do different things. You know, one's entry, one's just same operator.
You know, but we'll move. And I mean, they did kind of slip that round out of their hands. But again, Slows is going to be on that roam, but with some support from Typical this time and a kitchen defense. Doing pretty average as the second defensive round, and it's going to be looking like a top down from Ruhrsports, but I don't see a buck or sledge, which might affect them in the later round if they proceed to be vertical. Yet they do have 6 breaching charges. I mean, that's not as good as a buck or a sledge, but can just infinite amount of destruction through those walls. But either way, still going to have to deal with Slows and Typical with their guns and not their gadgets. So, I mean, 40 seconds used, and I believe like it's going to be time to try and take out these people roaming and try and find this verticality control. When talking about that, Matrix, he finds a shot to Slows, and he's very happy about that one. Very happy about that one. But he's still got 2 people to worry about as well. Assault Joint is going to be supporting Typical and Plunet on the ground stairs, so that might be able to bait off the members of Ruhrsports and find them from behind. Exactly what happened, but I mean, the shots are going to be whiffed as a kill comes out from Icox onto Typical, and now a 3v5 in favor of Ruhrsports.
Yeah, and the roam game not really working out for the side of Baker Boys there. 2 of them going down. A bit of damage done to Matrix, but no frags coming out. But you gotta remember, Soltron is still here, and he could make a really good player if he times this just about right. The breaching charges start coming up for the vertical play. He gives the ping out to his team to watch out, but he's gonna be sitting still on the stairs, not trying to make a play too soon, you know, can throw the round because in the 3v5. And you can see here Arun, or A7 Un. I think that's an R. I'm just gonna call him Arun, alright? If it's wrong, he can correct me afterwards. And Soulshine upstairs gets a kill onto MixQ, and now the attackers are completely aware of there's a bandit upstairs, and now they're gonna have to try to clear him out. And Plunet goes for the spray onto the Nomad and manages to land a shot, bringing it back into a 3v3. And Matrix on that low HP, and Plunet, hits a nice shot onto the Iana, and now it's all onto these 2 last players of the Ace and Ash.
I mean, it slipped out of their hands once again. They had 3v5, they had the verticality. And I mean, it just keeps on slipping out their hand, and it's going to be a 2v3. Might even be a 1v3. Matrix is going to land some bullets, but it's going to be a 2v2 as Plunet gets taken down, and his double will not lead onto a triple. Now left up to A7 and Soljoint to, you know, keep this round in play. 15 seconds remain to see what they can do, and it's going to be a swing coming out from Matrix, but doesn't find him. Soljoint going to swing once more. Hey man, forced to push, and he's just going to be wasting time. He's going to have to go for sight. It's not looking like a win, and A7 cleans it up. And again, Baker Boys win that round, but Ruhrsports, they've let that hand just slip out of their hands. They've thrown it away, they've got it, but then they just keep on losing it.
I mean, honestly, it feels like Ruhrsports are doing the right thing. They're getting the map control, they're getting the roam breaks, but then just the fragging power of Baker Boys there, just getting those kills when they need to most after they go down to 5-3, 5-4, and getting the man count back even, and it's just being a nuisance, you know? I've seen a few like models of these kind of hyper aggressive teams where this run really aggressive ops, and it usually doesn't really work out for them unless all of their players are really good fraggers in their own right. And from what we can see, you know, Plunet's going off, Slows not in that round, but the first round was going off as well, and Soltron on that late roam providing the perfect cover for that mute or smoke, I'm pretty sure, playing into sight and just being another nuisance overall. And I mean, if I was Ruhrsports, you know, I'm thinking what happened that round, because they got a 5v3, they got the map control, and they still somehow managed to lose it.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I was saying, but I mean, Ruhrsports, it was their fault. You can't really blame it on anything else. They let it. I'm not big.
No, I understand. I understand. You know, they should have played better on the refrags. You know,
I'm being harsh.
Giving them one.
Being harsh.
That is fair.
Definitely do better than this. I mean, actually, they've had control of this game. These 2 rounds, and it's going to be probably a 3rd. And as I said, Ruhrsports are so dominant on this map, it's unbelievable. But the way they lose is just the fact that they just let it slip out, and aggressive players like Baker Boys can just take advantage of this. And when they're like, oh, it's a 3v5, we can just chill, guys. You don't need to get aggressive, we don't need to worry. Here we have players like A7 and Sotron and Plunet finding these frags, unexpectedly swinging, just picking them off one by one. And I've seen this from, you know, it's quite a perfect matchup. An aggressive team against, you know, some say a passive team. And when you have these kind of matches, it's most of the time the aggressive players take the win, unless Ruhrsports are able to, you know, apply to their game plan and their game style. But you know, we're gonna have to see this round turns out.
It felt like they just switched off, you know, after they got those initial 2 picks. They just switched off a bit and gave them they just gave Baker Boys some ones that they could take, you know. And in a game of Siege, you never want to give someone free ones. You always want to be in a position to refrag, which unfortunately last round wasn't really the case for Baker Boys, as Plunet got 1 free kill and Solskjaer on the roam got another one. But you can see here that it's going to be a top floor roam coming out from the side of Baker Boys. The nade comes out, Solskjaer barely avoids it. The shield upstairs as well. Solskjaer drops them. We get it all onto Plunet, last left upstairs. Let's see what damage he can do. He's not going to drop just yet. He's going to be playing a bit in the corner, you know, a bit of a rat spot. He's going to be playing about the counter, which is about fair where you'd expect someone to play. And the person playing on white stairs is just walk past him, not really checking it, probably expecting someone to drop down, which is not the best. You always usually want to drone this kind of spot, make sure that no one else is playing up here, because that is something that a lot of players do. You know, you get a bit complacent and you decide not to drone the rest of the counters inside, but that doesn't seem to be the case here, as you can see that he dropped back down.
Oh, typical. Nearly got a 3-1 there onto Matrix, but Icon is still very low HP, so that's pretty much a freebie for him unless he decides to make a play. But Mixq, he's going to use that vertical hammer, that sledgehammer, and use the vertical to finally pick onto Typical, but he does get C4'd out, but it's most likely a revive or another C4 coming out to finish him. I mean, he must have heard that as a sound call, and he finishes it off, and now a 4v4, and it's looking like a strong... Yeah, it's looking like a strong attack, but I'm probably going to jinx that as they let it slip out their hands. But I mean, Baker Boys have holded them off for long enough to just hold down the site angle by angle. But I mean, Ruhrsports, they're really going to try and have to make a move, especially with Icock such at low HP. They're going to try and have to make a move into this pillar. Door, reading door, Plunet, the edge might be there to stop him, but no. Headlines are instead. But that being said, Slows finds one of his own, and now a 3v3. It's a standoff, but 15 seconds remaining. They're going to have to go for a play. The play being the second dropping. Actually going to be caught, but what a shot by him. A Solskjaer is going to be taken down, but A7 taken down alongside him. It's going to be a crossfire, but a triple for Slows. He's going to be forced. He won't get the kill. Oh, what a defense by Baker Boys again. They had everything going for them, Ruhrsports, but they didn't use it.
I mean... honestly, this you can just see in chat, they're typical. He is kicking himself a little bit, not gotten a kill yet in this game. Still yet to, you know, completely memorize himself, let's just say, into this game. That's probably not, that doesn't make sense, but he's still warming up. He's still warming up. But I just want to just point out the fact that Baker Boys, they lost control of top floor very quickly. Right, they lost it in under a minute, I'm pretty sure, or just about a minute. But they still managed to hold up Ruhrsports, you know, by harassing them from below, shooting some shots. Even though they only got 1 frag with 2 C4s, which is still enough. That is a lot. 1 frag puts you in the man advantage, and the fact that they lit up Ruhrsports to like such low HP elsewhere, but they just kept harassing them over and over and over, tried to go for flanks, not really giving them the comfort of having that top floor control. And that just led to them having to push in the last 15 seconds, in which case you had that dude playing in that corner with a shotgun, who's always going to be winning his kind of ones, because he's playing in that shotgun by his own, you know, in that corner, sorry, by his own with the shotgun. Someone swings, at least get 1, maybe 2, and even though the fact that the bandit of Solskjaer had missed a few shots there on the guy dropping hatch, they still managed to get that lock down because of the positioning of Baker Boys.
Yeah, that's very well explained by you there, and I always see it's either a meteor smoke, but that shotgun FMG11 holding that door. It's just, it's something you just can't deal with.
Yeah,
no matter what.
There's no one else you want. Yeah, there's no one else you want, and there's 10 seconds left.
Perfect. It's just perfect. It's like Young on Empire. It doesn't matter what player you are. You can literally be Young. You just play for Team Empire. You don't know Young? Young.
I swear Young played for Evil Geniuses, not Empire.
That's it, Evil Geniuses. My brain is slowly melting.
It's okay. It's okay, you know, we all have off days.
Yeah, my brain's melting, right? Give me some slack. But I mean,
it's okay. We understand. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. The smoke clutches in the border, especially, you can see the clip. Everyone sees the clips. They know.
Everyone sees the clip. Yeah, but seriously, the SMG-11 shotgun combo, no matter like how good you are at the game, that can be deadly to.
Was that a spot peek? Oh, that was a jump out.
Valkyrie's not on play. But I guess we're going to see some more jump outs. I mean, would you expect more, Jaeger? It's Cafe. There's so many windows, and there's so many windows to jump out from.
I mean, also the fact that he managed to get back in without taking even a single point of damage. No one else on Ruhrsports was there to refrag him. That is a misplay. And if Ruhrsports, you know, that's fair enough. Like someone jumps out in the round and you don't expect it. That's fair enough. But you always want someone there to get his refrag. But doesn't really matter as Icox manages to get Kunet there and a refrag. But Matrix gets lit up elsewhere on the map. Not really sure by who, but you can see as well your Slow is playing in a really rat position under these pillars. I mean, under heaven actually. Just honestly, just sitting there, waiting patiently, just to see if he gets a pick and Souljoin. Ooh, he's gonna go for another jump out. I reckon he will, honestly. He's feeling himself, you know, going for one jump out, one's not enough. He's gonna go for a second if that window opens up, but he's just gonna settle for proning under it for now. And Baker Boys, they've stalled out Ruhrsports, to be honest. Ruhrsports, with only a minute left on the clock, not really having that much map control of piano that they need. But as I say that, the shield has gotten naded, so they are going to start pushing soon enough. But with only a minute left on the clock, and with the positions that these players have, it's going to be a bit difficult. You can see here the Sledge trying to light up someone. Slows actually gets lit up and gets killed. That leaves them with the man advantage. With Sledge opening the wall, they're going to get ready for the plant now.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. They're going to get ready for that backwards plant with the smokes as well. But A7 could be there to stop that. And, I mean, if he's not going to be closed down with, I think, 2 smokes left, he's just going to be able to stop that plant and waste more time. And, you know, 10 seconds gone that quickly. It's going to be ticking down for Ruhrsports. We can't let this go again, especially with Soldier and holding the white hallway. And Matrix still on roof, but here's the plant now. And the freeze is going to be pushed, but there's Mixed Q with that cover. I mean, great cover by him there, getting the plant down. And now they have this skylight control, as Matrix is going to sit there, and all he has to do is wait, to be honest. But Soldier and Typical are going to be trying to stop Ruhrsports from winning this round, but it's looking like a strong attacking round, and Soldier—it's going to go down. As that being said, last Typical underneath the skylight, and he's going to be caught off by Mixed Q. And I mean, what a round by Ruhrsports. It's about time they used what they had, and I mean, it went in their favor, and that shows. I mean, if Ruhrsports did that for the first 3 rounds, it would have gone smooth as butter.
Kept their composure, you know. They lost the first frag, they kept their composure, stuck to the game plan, got the control they needed, and executed the plan. You know, it was a good attacking round by them, and unfortunately Baker Boys just weren't in a good position there to be able to deny the plan after they lost the players they did. And you know, that shows that when you're a hyper aggressive team, you're always going to have rounds like that where, you know, you go for the peak, you lose those gunfights, and now you put your team in a really bad spot, you know. So you always have to, it's a big gamble when you have these kind of players on a team, and you can just see they're sticking the same lineup over and over again, no matter what site. You know, they tease the Ella, maybe trying to confuse them to think maybe it's an offside, but it goes straight back onto that Jaeger. They know exactly, it's the same lineup again, you know, they're pretty confident of this on every single site, and they're going to go back to Kitchen. And when we remember last, you know what happened last time on Kitchen? Ruhrsports got control of top floor and mid floor, getting those 2 frags, but they didn't full clear it. Souljoin as well as Clunet there, cleaning up there, getting those refrags, and then Souljoin as well towards the end was being the difference maker there and made it what seemed like a guaranteed Ruhrsports round into a Baker Boys round.
Yeah, and I mean, you said that like this lineup is the same. What's not on the lineup which you don't want? You've got the bandit.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got 2 shields. I mean, you've got alibi charge, but on the best with the shield and the shotgun as well. It's just so much fun. Smoke, you know, you love smoke.
It is a very good lineup. It is a very good lineup.
It is. I mean, they've kept it consistent, and if they keep on using this and it keeps on working, I mean, I don't think they would be complaining on either you, to be honest.
No, if it works, it works. You know, the only change is the mute and smoke combo. It just depends from site to site. But yeah, I mean, it looks. I mean, if it's working for them, it's working for them. And Souljoin goes for another jump out. I'm pretty sure, as I saw the detected sign for a second. But he manages to run back. Actually, I'm not sure if it was Souljoin. I think it was someone else. He just said he was lit up HP, so I thought he was going to jump out. I think it might have been Slows, yeah. He's gonna somehow manage to sneak out of bakery and put himself in a corner of a small bakery there. Not going to... Maybe gonna
typical.
try not
No,
to...
no, Typical's gonna jump out that window. Oh, he's not.
No. Chilling and Salter gets kicked and... Someone jumping out somewhere. It was Brunette. It was Brunette. It was Brunette.
There you go. I mean, a kill comes out, and that's just, you know, Salter was in a sticky situation. He was, don't make that. He was being picked from many sides, and he had to do something, and he took the gunfight, and he lost it. But either way, I mean, Ruhrsports, instead of going for this vertical, which don't worry, they get taken bakery very strongly, and they've got small bake control. But Plunet, the man himself, he's going to be there trying to get the same double frag he did last game, and if he, you know, that red hallway is going to be completely shut down by Plunet if they don't manage to take him out.
Gotta watch out for this hole above by Slows as well, as they didn't really look at it and they paid the price because D7 on the Nomad was taken out before she could even do much, and Plunet elsewhere gets eye-cocked as well, and now suddenly the man and one is back into the hands of Baker Boys. But hold that thought, because Matrix and Heyman have something to say about it. They go huge and get 2 kills, giving them back the man advantage that they had. And now in a 2v3, the only person left on site is Arun or A7 Un. Typical's gonna have to rotate back. Typical 0-4, having a bit of a slow game here, but... Oh, sorry, my mic. I hit my mute button again. I'm not really sure exactly what happened. But yeah, you can see that they're going to be pushing into site here, Ruhrsports. They're going to be rushing in, seeking to get any kills. Sledge has his pistol out, not really sure what the last person is playing, but he does manage to get A7 on. It's all on the hands of Typical. He hasn't managed to do anything so far, but will he manage to get a clutch here? He goes for the shots. He's missing so many on the thermite, and somehow it's a trade actually, as Typical managed to get his first kill on the board. But... Actually, no, I don't think it was a trade. I think he killed the thermite and the Ash traded him. Or it might have been a trade, actually. I'm not really sure. I wasn't really paying attention to the kill cam. But Baker Boys...
That wasn't the thermite, Jaeger.
Sorry, the Ash, sorry. It looked like a thermite, you know, skins. It's the Pro League skin, you know, then looking at the small thing. But yeah, it is a trade, basically, what I'm trying to say.
you know what's really sad? I mean, I did have realized this, but it's just seeing Sledge without the SMG11.
Yeah, it is so sad, isn't it?
It's just depressing.
It is. I mean, it is sad, but you know what's not sad? The lineup switch up. So we've completely switched up the lineup now. The smoke player
forget the alibi.
Forget the alibi. The smoke player has switched on to Typical. A7 Un has switched on to the Thunderbird. Salt Join has gone from the Bandit to the Kaid, and Slows and Plunet have stuck onto the same op. So they've decided now they're gonna switch up the strats. Their free-flowing attacking playstyle wasn't really working out anymore. I think that Ruhrsports had the number, managed to counter it. So now they switched on to a different lineup. And maybe this one will bring a different result for them, because, you know, 3-2, a 3-3 split wasn't terrible, but they definitely do want to go here with the man advantage, or the round advantage, sorry.
Yeah, and I just want to point out, I believe Typical, I think most likely good choice, because, you know, you know, but like, well, I've just completely... My mind's gone blank here. Oh, it's because Typical, you know, he's not doing the best in fragging wise. And A7 was playing the smoke and the mute, and I believe they just swapped because Typical, obviously not having his greatest of games, maybe Cafe isn't his
cup of
best.
Tea.
I was just about to say that, Jaeger. You're reading my mind.
Yeah.
Hey, great man, do think yeah, casting duo's back at Stanley. What can we say? But I mean, no, Caster's curse right there. I've definitely cursed the game. Not a spawn peak Slows. I mean, you know Slows best, but he's definitely looking like the aggressive player. Booster 2.0 in my eyes.
Yeah, he loves going for these kind of plays, as I know, and you know, you can see that he's so close to being fragged here if he just peeks it again, and I feel like he's gonna peek it again, but the Ash doesn't know that, and she's gonna look away. And Slows, he's the type of player, he's gonna keep peeking it until he gets a kill, or it's in a 1v5, you know. So he's gonna be there. But as I say that, he does decide to finally fall back. Doesn't really find anyone else. Finds a Vile Jaeger there, just teabagging. Not really sure what's happening there. It makes a hole in the floor for maybe the Jaeger who was gonna play above, and decides to rotate elsewhere, you know, doing his own thing.
Yeah, he's gonna be doing his own thing, as you said. But I mean, you know, I believe there was 2 players above. I mean, the most they could do is hold that prep doorway like Slows did last time. But I mean, they're going for a bakery take, completely ignoring the top floor, and talking about this bakery take. It's gonna be a prep nades coming through, but nothing's gonna be landed. But these Thunderbirds is gonna be in plate. Just keep on giving back them HP. And Plunet, he's gonna be in coach. And D7 with a clean close shot, but didn't take his head out just yet. But makes cool. He does find Soldier, and here comes the entry into sight where they can go through Pep, but slows from above. The exact same thing, which I called out. But he's going to be low HP. He takes out Heyman, which there goes Ace. But he's already used his breaches. And Icon, that being said, Lunet goes down in our 4v3 and slows an A7 off site. And it's looking like Ruhrsports are able to move into prep without this shield being in play, because I believe Nate is still in hand, and Matrix, he adds on to that, and Slows goes down as well, and now it's going to be a 2v4 in favor of Ruhrsports. Yellow P's coming out, Matrix with a near wall bang, and not a headshot yet, but Icon, he finds a double on this round, and typical thing goes down. It's going to be A7, the last man alive, 40 seconds remaining, but they are going to be getting this plant down, and Matrix with that wall bang, and a 3-3 split as we see the end of the defense of Baker Boys, and now we're going to see what Ruhrsports have to offer.
I mean, a clean 3-0 sweep from Baker Boys into a clean 3-0 sweep from Ruhrsports, you know? It was two sides of the same coin, you know? When Baker Boys were on it and they hit their shots, when they're hyper-aggressive, they popped off, you know? They won 3 rounds in a row. But Ruhrsports, they clapped back and they played better. They calmed down, played for refrags more, and even though they were starting to lose those initial first picks, they stuck to the plan, and they managed to get the plant down or managed to win the round. And in a solid 3-3 split like this, you know, I'm excited to see who comes up on top. You can see the attacking lineup they're bringing. It seems to be another actually, before I say anything else, Jackal being brought for the first time, going to be helping them to deal with the roam game. And on the side of Esports, they brought a Castle and an Ella.
I really want to see Ruhrsports whip out the Caveira, especially IPOC. I do want to see that.
I saw a Cav play the other day in Blue Jays game, and
Blue
she contributed
always
nothing.
bring Cav. No, Blue Jays, it's just, I mean, I don't know if you didn't see the Champion Series final, but
They love bringing the Cav.
the Cav.
I was there with you, Squishy.
Yeah.
How did you forget?
No, I'm
but
not,
yeah,
I'm not
I know
talking
what,
to you. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to like the people watching.
production.
So basically, no, like people, but like
I see.
Zarok always ran Cav, right? And it was quite jokes, but actually isn't too bad. And every time I play rank with them, it always brings Cav, and it either works out. It gives so much to the team, like 5 interrogations or nothing. It's just
I mean, when I was interviewing Collins as well after the throws, when I asked him about the Cav pick, he just said, you know, sometimes when you don't know what to do and the team's countering you, go for a pick and you just pick out a Cav. And that's exactly, it's a fun thing to do, right? You don't know what to do, let's just bring out the Cav, see what happens, you know, nothing we're doing is really working. Or it's just pretty much a stalemate so far, might as well go for it and see what happens. And, you know, there's not even a Cav in play and yet we're talking about it. But, you know, what is in play? It's a Jackal.
Hot drop. I mean, the site's reading as well. But, and I mean, a hot drop by Bluenet might go. Oh, what a shot by Bluenet!
Matrix.
Bluenet, you are
Good night, Matrix.
What a shot by him. Matrix, you should get back on that grind because, you know, Bluenet's coming after you in our 5v4. This hot drop might have worked out for Baker Boys as they want this aggressive play, just like Ruhrsports did, but it might not work out.
If there's one thing,
getting his head caught off. If there's one thing, what? The Ella
shotgun. No. The Ella shotgun. You know, let's watch the Ella shotgun.
Yeah, let's set the Ella shotgun.
And that's exactly what happens. Ella shotgun. The call's gonna come out. Ella shotgun in the bathroom. Guys, we gotta do something about it. She's gonna peek out with the pistol. She's gonna pick. She sees. Oh, hits the body shot. Can she hit the head? No. Gets one shot onto the ace, and the ace manages to open this bathroom wall and hits the shot anyway. But typical gets the first pick as Bluenet gets the refrag, leaving it into a 3v2 situation. But you still have the mute and the smoke, the dynamic SAS duo. So don't count Esports out just yet. But with a minute 30 left on the clock, there's not much vertical play that can be done. Actually, scratch that, the Jackal shotgun. I almost forgot about that. So, and as well as the Ash recharges, it is very doable. But Mix here on the roam, he somehow made his way into Cigar. He's going down red stairs, but no, stall shot and typical cleaned the round out. And honestly, it was a pretty impressive attacking lineout, a pretty attacking showing from Baker Boys. And what I was going to say before, the Ella shotgun so kindly did interrupt me by getting that amazing kill as well as that one tap was, I know Bluenet very well. We are very good mates. And the one thing that I know when he plays Siege is that he does not drone. He just holds W. So so it's most likely that no one droned him in. No one droned him in. He probably just hot drop hatch, saw someone and went for the shot, and he landed it, which is very, very impressive. And also, it was a very nice shot. So I'm sure he's gonna be clipping that one later. But the rest of the teammates there on the montage, you know, it's gonna be fun.
I mean, the reading sight. Maybe not the greatest idea of Ruhrsports which I've seen, but I mean, it was a good try, and they did kind of had a strong point. But those picks, one by one, it just led to Ruhrsports death. And I mean, instead of reading and dining, they're going to be going with bar and cocktail, see if they can pull out something different out of the book. And I believe I know what strat they're doing. I know exactly what strat they're doing because I remember specifically when I was playing.
Do tell.
No, I'm not gonna tell you.
Okay, fine. We'll see.
No, because you're definitely gonna be messaging like typical or Playday.
What, mid-game? That is outrageous. I would never do such thing. That is first of all, that is cheating.
Why are you typing? Why are you typing? Why are you typing? Why are you typing?
Oi, calm down, alright?
I'm joking.
I can see the favorite. No, it's fine. But yeah.
Casters bans.
Casters bans. It happens all the time. But I was just gonna put. No, but what I was gonna say was I do like this pick from A7 onto the 0. They identified the fact that Ruhrsports like to go for these aggressive flanks, and the fact that you have a 0 on board just gives you that bit of cam. Once someone dies, they'll just be flicking through those cams and make sure that the flanks unlock. With that added to the fact that they have a nomad, I mean, I don't think there's gonna be much flanks happening when you have the two of them on board.
Yeah, I just want to say something. You're putting Baker Boys into something. As soon as they walk into Cigar, and as soon as they walk into they try and take piano and crystal control, they're gonna be facing a lot of. They're gonna be pressured. That's all I'm gonna say. Because Ruhrsports, especially when it comes
You're hyping me up now.
Yeah, especially when it comes to like the detail in Ruhrsports' defense. It's just unbelievable, and you don't want to see it. And a nearly headshot coming from typical Matrix, getting caught from Skylight, and it's gonna be looking like Baker Boys are gonna be sitting on these rappel angles and near. Oh, Matrix! What a shot! Maybe two. Oh, Matrix! What the hell? Matrix, are you insane?
What was that?
Oh, Matrix! This
Double
man.
one.
Oh my God, he's just absolutely.
That was an annihilation. That was annihilation. Annihilation. Destruction. Uninstall. Uninstall the game after that one.
Oh, gee whiz, Playday, you've got something going for you. You think your one tap was good? Matrix just whipped
He
out
one upped you.
Okay.
He saw the one tap. He's like, all right, let me show you how to do it, and he one tapped twice back. So
that is just
insane. I mean, the fact that he was lit up to 1 HP, kept the composure, and managed to land 2 insane shots right after that. I mean, bravo to him, But the round isn't over yet, It's still at 35. Maybe question alive. Inside, and somehow, yeah, that's exactly what you expect. He's just walking aside. He just gets slammed. I mean, not much you can do. Saltjoint and A7 own the last 2 alive. They're going to be playing here. Saltjoint is in Cigar right now. The C4 comes out, takes down A7 Un. And it's all down to Saltjoint. Poor old Saltjoint. With 40 seconds left on the clock and 5 players alive. Can't even get 1 kill as Mix just swings with the SMG-11. And I am just so shocked by that double 1 tap.
Wow. I mean, can we just have 10 seconds of silence? Just to take that in. To consume what happened. Just to take in the amount
that is insane.
Humiliation.
I mean, after that one, you switch to you are the type of player. If you hit shots like that, you switch to the Vigil. You know you're gonna be landing, right?
Remembrance Sunday, Remembrance Matrix. What is going on?
He switches back onto the Jaeger,
Of course.
And I'm not surprised. Like I was thinking maybe he's gonna stick on that Vigil because he's feeling himself. But honestly, he's gonna just play whatever op he wants. He's gonna just keep hitting 1 taps. You don't need to know how to control recoil to hit 1 taps, do you? You
just hasn't played this game for what, 3 months, as he says himself.
That's what he said. Hasn't played the game for 3 months, and then comes back and hits banger shots like that. I mean, maybe what you don't play makes you stronger. Something like that.
If we're gonna be saying all of this in Talent League, I might as well just leave school. Just cast this every day.
I don't know about that one.
I'm joking.
In chat, tell Squishy to not drop out of school and be a good boy and stay in school, alright? No dropping out.
5 times 10 is 60.
Oh.
10 seconds remaining.
Go
Isn't
to
it past your
bed.
bedtime?
You want me to go to bed, Jelly? Jelly, that is being clipped. I'm clipping that.
Production is trolling Squishy a little bit here. You can't really tell, but Trippin, our observer and our producer for today, just said go to bed, Squishy, because it's past your bedtime.
Yeah,
So
it's a bit too late. I mean,
it's a bit too late. You know, you should go to sleep.
7:50. It's way too low.
I mean, you know who went to sleep last round? Slows and Typical.
They did. They should go to bed. I'll tell you that much. They need a quick rest to pump themselves. You know, in the round, 2 minutes 30 remaining. It's looking like a top-down push from Baker's boys, as we see a 4-4 close. It's been quite even this game. It's been a 3-0, a 3-0, and then 1-1. So it's been surprisingly close. And as we said, these new teams, just like Nice Gaming, they have a lot to. There's a lot to see, and this is exactly what we're going to be seeing.
It's been a very fun game to watch as well. You know, a lot of interesting plays. It's not been the same. I won't say boring stage, but the traditional stage we're used to seeing, where people are going to drone, clear out one roamer. It's been these kind of frag fest with these players.
Oh, no.
And speaking of frag fest, Plunet has walked all the way into reception here. I'm not sure if the Jaeger is aware of his position. He actually is, but misses the shot, as Plunet also misses a shot, and both of them are lit up to around the same amount of HP.
No chance he
Plunet gonna go for a few shots, or Matrix gonna be aggressive. Again, a whip shot from both these guys. Matrix, he was feeling himself last round. Not too much first round. Shotgun to the face, and he's gone for this round. And ooh, speaking of being gone for this round, Typical gonna land a few shots onto DS, I'm pretty sure that is a mute, who's going for his aggressive play. And Typical smartly decides, you know what, it's probably not a good idea to take that fight. I'm gonna rotate over to Bakery, or my team probably needs me, and we're gonna start to try to execute this plan.
I mean, I don't know where Heyman was shooting. Maybe trying to get a floor bang, but either way, it's going to be a member above trying to get the vertical play. But Typical can't be losing those gunfights, as that's going to fall down, and 3 air jabs have been lost. Slows tanking some damage, but again, Plunet, he's just everywhere. He doesn't even need drones. He's just got self-droning himself. He's going to be gun swinging everything. He does tank some more bullets, but he will be hitting Icon for a bit more. 50 seconds remaining, and I mean, they have this control. They have a lot of control here, but they managed to not. Oh, the ADS just saved him. But maybe one more's going to be coming out from Slows. And
I mean, surely the person moved, right? So.
No, yeah, he did move. But either way, 30 seconds remaining. Phoenix still going to be holding this swing, because you know it's coming. D7 tanking some bullets, but D7 also taking the head off of Souljoy. But does die to Plunet, and now Plunet has this Bacon control, and maybe a prep with 2 kills coming out from the side of Riz.
Oh my god.
And a 7 with a double, and that round just went from 10 to 0 for Ruhrsports, and now a 5-4 lead for Baker Boys.
I mean, honestly, we were just focusing on there were like 2 different things happening at once. You know, having the bakery fight, and then there was the White Stairs fight that we weren't even focusing at. And apparently all the action went on the White Stairs as Slows and Arun just cleaned up on just cleaned up towards the end, you know. And honestly, I wish we saw what exactly happened there. They opened the wall with the 2 new breach charges, not breach charges, hard destructibility gadget. Is that what it's called? What's the actual term? Hard breach gadget?
It's a hard breach.
Is it just called hard? Is it like is it actual term?
Yeah, it's actually called a hard breach.
Yeah, because like Jackal's like foot smeller thingy. It's called Inox, right?
Yeah, so, it's called a hard breach gadget. A hard breach.
That's odd. Well, oh my god, I just got sidetracked. But what I was trying to say is they opened up the wall, they held his angles, and they just applied pressure onto site, and there were just 2 pushes going at the same time, and one of them just worked, and the other one was kind of a man. And Baker Boys take the advantage. Yet again in this match. Have Ruhrsports actually managed to? No, I don't think they've managed to get the round advantage on Baker Boys yet, have they? They've still been 1 round behind or equal. Yeah. So, you know, they're still looking to hopefully take over Baker Boys and get to that match point first, winning these next 2 rounds in a row. And Baker Boys, you know, they switched onto a bug instead of the Nomad, opting onto the 0. Yep. The bug plus the sledge, that basically means that the floor above is going to get open as long as they decide to go for that vertical clear. Of course, Saltjoy playing on the Ash is actually kind of been... I don't want to say... I don't want to be... like, he's not been very noticeable this game. Let's just leave it at that, right? When you have an Ash player, you're expecting them to go huge, but I haven't really noticed much. Like, he hasn't been dying, but he hasn't been, like, apart from that 1 round, he hasn't been going huge. He's just been kind of there, you know? Same with Typical, not really having the best of games, but Plunet, as well as A7 Un and Slows, they're pulling the rate, and that seems to be enough. And if one of these players decides to wake up, you know, big things could happen.
I mean, talking about Baker Boys, I've got a baking joke for you, Jaeger. Would you like to hear it?
Let's go. Let's see it.
What do baseball and baking have in common? It's all about the batter.
Hey! Oh!
Hey! Do you want to hear another one before Baker Boys absolutely destroyed Ruhrsports' Rome game?
I mean, we'll hold it for next round. Let's not hold it for next round.
No.
Let's hold it for next round. We're watching the match. We missed the frag because of the jokes. Alright, priorities. Come on, Squishy.
Yeah, priorities. Come on. Okay. I mean,
so,
Matrix is already fooled, which is quite negative.
Typical gets his 4th kill. Let's go.
Yeah, Typical just find a 4. We'll put him for a 5th. Oh, Mix Q, you just Plunet. Plunet kind of deserves that. He's been head swinging absolutely everything, so he does get his head taken off. But it's gonna be a close gunfight. As Mix Q's gonna be pinched from 2 different angles. But iCock is still on this white stairs. Mix Q finds a double in this round. Will he find a 3rd? It's not too decided yet. Near Wolfgang, honestly, but Soldiering coming from the hatch. But it's still iCock in this reading room. If he chooses to go for it now, I say he should hold back and wait till the last second for Zero to breach that hatch, which I believe is about to be doing. And there you have it, A7, enemy taken down, and now his position is known. And there's a possibility iCock will be wasting an extreme amount of time here, but he might just find another. Soldiering goes down, and I mean, he definitely said he wasn't dying, but he will today, as iCock will find his 2nd kill on that Rome game, and now Typical is going to be left alone. And takes out the head.
I mean, that was a really solid Rome game. That was a nice shot. It was a nice shot, but a solid Rome game coming out from the side of Ruhrsports. You know, they had the players upstairs, and even though Matrix died first on the Rome, I mean, Baker Boys didn't really bother clearing or droning reading room, and I think that's really what cost them there. If they had just droned him out, I probably would have been in a much better spot that round. Wouldn't have lost 2 bodies.
I think it was the Mozzie Pests which stopped.
Maybe the Mozzie Pest, but it is quite common to just have someone playing. But because our Beirut esports haven't really been roaming, I guess they just didn't expect someone to be playing there, right? And it's that kind of change of pace from a team that usually catches other teams off guards and is a good sign. It's a sign that it's a good team, you know? You have kind of different strats and different kind of setups lined up, doing different things, not trying to do the same things over and over again. And iCock's there, really the MVP of that round, really showing up, you know, when his team needed him.
And I think it's time for another joke. Here you go. Yeah, joke time.
All right, let's see it.
What does bread do after it's baking?
It
Loads
toasts?
around.
Oh. Moving swiftly on, 5 versus 5. With 20 seconds left in this prep phase, you can see that Ruhrsports have gone back upstairs, and they seem to be running the exact same lineup they had last time. Squishy, can you just confirm this?
I can confirm this. Yes, I can.
Yep, and Typical, he's just going through all of the different ops. You can see the rest of them is kind of stuck. Typical has gone to a Twitch now. He's kind of the flex player of this team. Just trying to find what's gonna.
I mean, he hasn't had the strongest game, and I think he's just gonna find what's gonna be it. No. iCock.
He's giving the aggression back, you know.
I mean, he definitely wants to give something back. I really don't want to see that dirty play. Oh no, the wrong timing as well. But
that is unfortunate.
I mean, he falls, but he goes down in glory.
The Soul Join special. Apparently, there is a run out that Soul Join does very commonly, which means that he was very expecting of that. And with 2 players actually watching that window, if he was looking the right way, he actually maybe would have gotten the first kill, but he definitely would have died in the second. But still, it is unfortunate. He looks straight up, and actually Mix is gonna go for a jump out here, maybe as a second. You can hear the repelling going down. Will he do it? No, because he gets zapped by the Twitch drone. Decides, you know what? I'm out of here. The Twitch is gonna keep zapping him. Gonna take away his HP. He's lost about 25 HP actually, to impacts and whatnot. And Typical drops down the hatch and decides he's gonna walk inside here.
Gonna be going but another one. A7 finds a double, but it's gonna be an instantly fragged by D7. It's all going down. A 3v3, and I mean, Typical went in, he got 1, but then he died. It all happened here, but I mean,
it all happened.
Traded out, 3v3, 1 minute 40 remaining, and I mean, Baker's Point had a solid chance to gather in that site, but I mean, they regrouped Ruhrsports and managed to shut them down, and now it's going to be looking like a Ruhrsports hold as they're just going to be... Oh, what a shot. D7! You can't be doing that. That's just illegal.
Was so clean.
It's illegal, but Soldier might be able to get the refrag from the head IOs or not. Or not.
Oh, the yellow ping's actually coming out for this Melusi. He needs to be very careful here. The yellow, he knows exactly where one player is. He knows the diffuser's job. He can get this very free pick if he plays this correctly. And Plunet as well. I'm not sure exactly where he is. Last I checked, oh, he's actually sneaking up on this Melusi. They know that Melusi's playing inside of this. If he can get this first pick, he puts his team back in a really good position. He pre-fires a spot, but he's not going to be looking to his left. He needs to be looking behind him. Okay, and smartly decides to back off, realizing, wait, that's probably not a good angle. Because, of course, there is a crossfire right there. But instead, you can see Solchan's gonna try to push into objective and gets instantly killed because the Echo Drone is in a really good position. He gets one kill though, Plunet, before getting Echo Drone himself. And he's gonna be in a pretty bad position here. Just crouch spams a bit, sees if he can get the Echo, and unfortunately he cannot, as the smoke here cleans up the rest of the round. And G7, really nice shots there, and really good trades coming out on the side of Ruhrsports to bring it back into a 3v3 mid-round. And for the first time in this match, Ruhrsports are on match point.
It's Ruhrsports, not Ruhrsports.
It's Ruhrsports. It's because you said Ruhrsports and now it's in my mind, right? I do apologize. Someone said it, right? And now it's like in my mind. So Ruhrsports, I do apologize. It's just...
We should blame Trippin because he can't do anything.
True, he can't. He doesn't have a voice on stream, so let's just say that Trippin had originally told us, and now he just corrected us.
Yeah, Trippin.
So yeah, it is production's fault. Obviously, we can't really do much about that. And speaking of, you can't do much about that. A pulse scanner coming out.
I mean, another thing about that previous round, you can see how that is a strong defense because
protect your bombs from being
the Echo just sitting on the cams for the whole entire game. I'm not going to say anything about Ruhrsports strats. No, new round.
Well, I can tell you, it seemed to be a pretty solid and it seemed to be a pretty standard kind of hold that you have on Cigar. The only one thing that was the Echo, which is playing on top of Cocktail Bar. With the Echo drone there, it kind of prevents any kind of player from like mitigating or stopping the Echo being in cams the entire time in that area, forcing the attacker into either pushing Cigar or pushing into the Echo drone. Because the Echo drone is placed in places you can't really shoot, which is kind of bad for the attackers because either you push Cigar we pushed through Cigar, into Piano against a waiting gun on very expected angles, mind you. Just look at D7. Like, he knew exactly where to aim because he knew exactly where the player to play. There's not really kind of off angles you can play in that Piano area. And that just kind of... That is a...
That's a clean combo.
I mean, it was very clean, you know, and basically, for the non-analytical nerds at home watching, basically, Ruhrsports good setup. Baker Boys bad attack. Ruhrsports win.
Yeah.
That's basically
big brain.
Big brain.
Big brain.
And speaking of something big, typical on the LMG, 130 bullets. Now this is a gun that I love using. I don't know about you, Squishy, but this gun is the most fun gun to use in
because it takes 140 bullets for you to hit a head.
No, okay, calm down. No,
I'm joking.
That may be true, right? But you don't have to say it out like that. Okay?
Chipping in the back, hyping me up, and he gets shot down. And he's literally playing like, oh my god, MixQ nearly gets for the crisp double by him, and he's looking to get the squad kills. 2 more going to be dropping. He sticks his head through this hole. He might be able to find one. A sledge is going to be matching him up against this, but MixQ gets a little bit of sound cue. He's going to be done. MixQ! And a triple for MixQ. He's going to be finding he doesn't get the quad kill. But a close one, I got to admit. And A7, he's going to be left alone on this top down. This top push. But there's going to be Plunet alongside him, coming from a different angle and taking out Icon. And I believe he might be rejoining his teammate above. And, I mean, members of Ruhrsports still trying to hold this verticality, and A7 might be caught off guard, but it's going to be Matrix above, and A7 already going down these white stairs or coming back up them. As being said, 2 against the 7 players, but nothing much they can do. He's going to find one, but A7 gets from behind, and a possible 1v3 clutch quad kill lined up for A7, and 1 minute remaining. He might find one, but Heyman finds that kill, and there you have it. Cafe goes to Ruhrsports. And a good half from both teams, and Plunet's calling Moss. But I mean, MixQ on that last round, there's nothing you can do. He absolutely destroyed them.
I mean, what a round by Mixed right? And I think this game can be summed up in a few words. It's individual brilliance in a lot of rounds, right? I don't think any team played particularly amazing to the point of amazing refracts, but every single round, or about every round, there was one or two players who just had a go at it. And you can see Mixed, Matrix. There was a few rounds in the start with Prunet and A7 and they were just going at it back and forth. And unfortunately for Baker boys, they couldn't get over the finish line. Just a little bit short at that 7-5. And if they want to salvage anything from this play, then they're going to have to go huge on the next map of Villa, because that is exactly where we're going to be going next after the short 10-minute break. So ladies and gents, get some more snacks. We'll be right back in a few.
Oh my god, he tries for the... Oh, okay, 5 is the advantage for him. 5 is he gonna be on this upside? And he is. He is.
Chance, but the smoke is not here to repel. The silent repel? How do you not hear to that? And now it's a 1v1. As the Guerrero gets a kill, but he has to repel in.
Oh my god.
And he doesn't have the diffuser. Nice game again, dropping off the diffuser. This is very crucial. And he's gonna go to the attic. Why is he in the attic? It's a 1
Oh my god! Tanley, welcome back. Me and Jaeger, part 2. Baker's Boys versus Ruhrsports. We just saw Cafe. Close win. 7-5 in favour of Ruhrsports. Baker's Boys, they're going to try and win. We've already seen a lot of fantastic shots, can I say?
Let's just get into it. You know, there's a lot to talk about. Let's just get into it, you know.
Yeah, let's get into it.
I'm so excited.
Yep. It's 8-16 for me, and I want to see some crazy gameplay, as we saw before, and Villa, as it seems, and no Oregon and no Clubhouse. What a day this is.
I mean, truly. Honestly, I'm having so much fun just watching this Siege game. It feels like a back and forth kind of fun game. A little bit unorthodox. Oh my god. Okay, I know this is not something production should say, but can the observer just type in chat, please shut up, Saltjoin, okay? Thank you.
Shush.
All right.
You're old.
All right, thank you. I know it is not normal, and also if you don't know Saltjoin, I know Saltjoin, we are very good friends. It's a bit of banter. So
it's Blackbeard and Capcan.
Thank you. I wonder who to Blackbeard, Capcan, Jackal, and Jackal and probably Valkyrie. You know, it's Jackal and Valkyrie. I'm literally losing my mind. Oh, yep, Jackal and Valkyrie. Maybe. I mean, we know it's gonna be a Blackbeard and Capcan. This is Baker Boys. They always go Blackbeard and Capcan.
No.
But
they should keep that up till Champion Series if they get it.
That would be elite. If they every game they play Blackbeard and Capcan, that's a Chad move right there. It's probably not smart, but it is a very Chad move. And then Mira ban actually instead of the Valk ban. Ooh, Mira being unbanned actually.
Yeah, I mean that's Ruhrsports for you. They're gonna be using that. If they don't pick, they're definitely gonna pick the Valkyrie. Surely, right?
It is.
I know the amount of C4s they bring. The amount of C4 they bring is quite.
I mean, because of Valkyrie play, it forces the attacking team to either you force an IQ or you just have to live with the fact that you're gonna lose a few picks. So
the big ICOC.
I'm wondering if A7 Unna is gonna go to a Valkyrie here or not. No, he's going for a 0 and not Valkyrie, IQ. I meant an IQ play because on a map like it might be a safe pick, but because on a map like Villa, the Valkyrie camp spots, there's so many of them, it just becomes a pain to deal with. You know, like if you're gonna, it's not like there's like 3 or 4 spots you can just check and clear out on your own. It's just so many that if you don't bring an IQ, you're just gonna lose 1 or 2 players, or you're gonna have a lot of information given away to the enemy team, and it's a very big risk, especially.
I mean, they have that Twitch, but I mean, there's still the amount of Valkyrie cams you can hide, because even if you locate them, the Twitch is still going to be difficult to get them, right?
I mean, it's more of the fact that you don't know where they could be, right? They could be anywhere, and the fact that the information given away, I mean, look, there's 2 C4s on the board, as well as some stuff, you know, you're going to see some insane, like, personally, if I was playing, which I am not, clearly, because I am not good enough, but, if I was playing, I would always opt for a self-deprecation here. You know, it's always funny. But what I was saying was an IQ, especially on a map like Villa, Cafe, these kind of maps where there's like so many Valkyrie spots to check. You just always want to bring some kind of IQ. But maybe they're gonna like force through it. You know, I don't know what's gonna happen. It's the first round of this map. You know.
Yeah.
So let's not get too ahead of ourselves. It seems to be a very similar lineup from the side of Baker Boys to what they brought last time, which was a Twitch, Sledge, a 0, as well as an Ash. The only difference was a Jackal. Ace have a Jackal, but hold up. Now does not care if there's any players. He's going up. He shot both the cams. The players are started like, oh my god, guys, there's a guy already in Asher. What are we gonna do? He sees the Valkyrie actually and goes all the way into trophy. The ship W. He's going for it. Let's see the Valkyrie. No, he's not stopped. He was going. And that's diffuser down, but Slows does retrade elsewhere on the map on Matrix. That was an insane.
Yeah.
I don't know what exactly Baker was saying. That was a shift W play right there if I've ever seen one. You know, I mean, typically you haven't been having the best of games today, but I'm not sure that's gonna help your cause, buddy. You know, holding W like that. But regardless, Baker Boys have lost the man advantage with only a minute gone in this game somehow, and Ruhrsports, they could just afford to play this really passively now with the man advantage and with they still have a lot of time to burn out, but with the man advantage and the utility that they have, they can just slowly keep pushing back and holding off Baker Boys.
I mean, a phenomenal shot by ICOP, but again, yeah, they're exactly going to be doing that, just holding them back slowly, and the fuse is down, but it's going to get picked back up soon. And next view, he ended on a strong Malusi defense, and he's going to be heading straight back on it and see if he does any good. And Ruhrsports, they've wasted a solid amount of time, and they still have to deal with, Baker Boys have to deal with a couple of shields, but Salt Joint is going to be taking out Icox. As we see a close, near execution coming in with nades coming out and taking the control of 90 alongside this. So, I mean, 55 seconds left, not a lot of utility for Baker's Boys to go off, and so many ADSs and Intel Valkyrie cams on the side of Ruhrsports, so it's going to be quite a struggle for Baker's Boys to push in here, especially with these study holes, and there will be a man in study to hold these. And I mean, 35 seconds remaining. Ruhrsports
Sorry, go on. Nothing. I just heard these. I heard these.
D7 does have the C4 in hand.
Oh.
I know exactly what you think, but he gets taken down as A7 finds that kill, but C4. Oh, that D7 C4, so it will not be detonated. But a man in study, but the Valkyrie cams being pointed out, and the clear shot. Salt Joint takes that one up. The mixed Q is going to be the man after life. He finds one or two slows. He will be swinging, but Salt Joint finds the cover, and mixed Q goes down. And again, a strong attack from Baker's Boys, but
interesting strat at the start. Typical shift Wing inside of a map in the building. You went all the way from basement into kitchen to China, Astro Stairs, into Astro, into Trophy, into Wolf. We're finally getting killed. He's crazy. He's out of this world. He's crazy. He's crazy, guy. I mean,
he didn't stop from
he didn't
garage wine cellar straight up.
He went up. He just kept going.
He didn't even shoot a bullet. He
shot 2 cams. He shot 2 cams and died.
He didn't.
I mean, he was on the Twitch as well, right? On the Twitch, all the utility on the Twitch, the ones you can get the cam and stuff, lost. And I mean, it worked out in the end. Maybe that was the game-winning play. Clearing out the rooms. Yeah. He's up.
Game plan.
But what if the game plan? I know this is a bit silly, but because Typical didn't do very well last game, what if the game plan was you're going to be the human zone, rush in and get as much intel as you can before you die, and we'll handle the rest.
This is a 3-speed Monty without the shield.
It wasn't a 3-speed. It was a Twitch. It was 2-speed.
Oh, definitely felt like a 3-speed. I
mean, but the amount of shift W that was happening, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, shift W. My sprint is E.
What's your leaning keys? Don't tell me it's on your mouse. Please don't tell me your leans on your mouse.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay. That's.
5 seconds.
Oh. No, Giga. What rank you?
Okay, we understand.
Yeah.
He's one up me. He's one up me. Alright, fair. You know what? I take it back. If it works, it works. It's unorthodox, but it works.
Yeah, it's just I've got small hands. It's really difficult to have good movement as well as lean and.
You gotta do what you gotta do, okay? But let's not focus on that. Let's focus on the game. The prep phase is over as we go into the round. Typical has opted to go onto the Hibana here instead of that Twitch, which is hopefully a sign that he's no longer going to do crazy things like that. Because honestly, as fun as it is to watch, from a competitive aspect and just analyzing the game, that is so horrendous to watch. You can see here actually someone's playing in Trophy, gonna try to challenge this Hibana of Typical. We're gonna be watching, but Mix gets the first kill onto Punet. He's been one of the first 2 casualties both times as the ping does come out, and you have to be careful because it is very common for a C4 to be playing on the bathroom floor, but who cares about C4s when you have the gun? And Cox does exactly that. He manages to kill Slows, but not before Slows managed to kill Mix U. So we're back on level terms, just about. Actually, scratch that because Baker Boys have lost a player still. So they're 1-man deficit, and Matrix is alive. And you know what Matrix can do.
I mean, from last game, I mean, he's a lion in a cage right now. He's just waiting to be released as they swing and push in. Statue side slowly, and I mean, if he gets his hands on, the shots he did last game, he's gonna be a struggle for Baker's Boys to withstand not just a couple rounds, but the whole game of this kind of action. But again, talking about the shield which they had to face off last game, they have to do it again, but they don't have any explosives or anything to deal with this. It's gonna be, a small Gerano finding the feet of Aaron or A7. I'll keep the name as now, but Matrix talking about the line of the cage is gonna be trying to break out of it. He won't be finding a kill, but ICOC, he's gonna be finding that lovely refrag. Will he find a third for him? He's not, as he takes a whiff, let's say, and typical. He's very low HP and finds his first kill of this game. And Ruhrsports, it's a 2-on-2, but typical very low HP. No C4 on the hand of D7 and Luke remaining for Heyman. So it's going to be quite a close defense if Baker Boys try to find a pusher.
Ooh, you have to be careful here, typical, like you said, on such low HP. One kick of that smoke grass grenade is gonna be the end of him. He rushes into the corner, but like you said, that smoke grenade is gonna do too much damage for typical to handle, and D7 just in the correct position there to get the frag onto the Ash, and we're back level on the board as Ruhrsports claim their first round.
Well, Ruhrsports, they're definitely tight even, and I said it probably the third time now. Baker's Boys are new teams entering Season 6 of Talent League.
Yeah, new team.
They can bring, like, they're showing a lot already. Nice Gaming and Baker's Boys and Machine Shoulders, new teams in the major. They're showing new things, and the fact that Ruhrsports, a great team, maybe slipping off a couple rounds on Cafe, but it's been extremely close, and I didn't expect this from a team like Baker Boys, which from what I know have
don't write them off just yet. This game, it sounds like you're writing them off. So
no, I'm not writing them off. I'm saying they're doing very well, and the fact that you said they haven't been a team for a long time, they're doing very well against a strong team who came 6th or 5th.
Comfortable with table, almost pushing for the top 4. But the only one thing from last round I was just wondering was a judgment. You know, when Typical knows that he's on such low HP, the fact that he tries to go for a very default punt, right? You clearly in the last round you saw the smoke grenade being thrown in the exact same spot. I'm not sure why they decided to go for that. You know, maybe going for a different kill, playing for frags, or maybe just dropping the diffuser for Salt Join to maybe go for that. I'm not sure exactly what was the mindset there, but regardless of what happened, Baker Boys ended up losing the round, which could have maybe gone the other way, you know, but it clearly didn't. And yeah, Ruhrsports claimed their first round. A good round from Mixed Q. No, was that Mixed Q's round? Yes, that was Mixed Q's round, right? Yes. I'm getting confused because the first round was the first round was ICOC's round where you got okay. Sorry, my brain just had like a weird moment there. Right?
I don't totally get you. It just blanks out.
Yeah. What happened? What round? So many rounds of Siege, you know, trying to remember too much information. It all blends in together.
But I mean, talking about Mixed Q, he will be doing a solo or maybe some support from Matrix on this aviator with a couple of reinforcements. He's going to be swinging. Nearly finds the head of Plunet, but I mean, 3 people, 1 on rappel, 1 on the balcony, and D7. This is Plunet. I mean, he was a jackal last game as well. He was just going in. He kept on swinging with his gun and without intel. And it's kind of what you deserve, especially when you're against Ruhrsports. Like, they will be on it. They will be ready for you, especially if you don't drone in. ICOC, he will do the exact same, and Typical will fall. And D7, being aggressive, but a drone will catch him off guard. D7 going to be pre-firing the wrong area, but Mixed Q to support it in this hold in aviator. A7 does find D7, so there goes D7.
There's too many 7s.
Chance. There is another 7. D7, A7, D7, A7. But you know,
who's the real 7? Am I the 7?
Who is the real 7? Are you the 7? Am I the 7? Is
the
imposter among us?
No,
Mixed Q's gonna be pinched, but A7, he might be the imposter.
No, okay.
Alright, no. Stop. Shush. Rainbow Six Siege. He will find that kill. And that was going to be a 3v3 with 1 minute 30 remaining. And I mean, 2 frags by Ruhrsports, but instantly traded back by Baker Boys.
Yep, like you said, I mean, Slows and Arun, or A7 Un, this is the battle of this A7. Can this match be called the A7 7 Derby? Just for the bands, because you know there's 2 people. Okay, the 7 Derby, not the A7.
The 7 Derby. 7 Derby.
Speaking of 7, A7 Un gets another kill, getting his kill count closer to that 7. So with only a minute left on the clock and the man advantage, no smokes left on the board, not much utility left on both defenders except for the guns. And even though this Dokubi DMR has a 1.5 times scope on this Rooney, it is a very, very good gun to take at this medium range. And Matrix gets the first kill as, okay, Matrix gets the second, Cox gets the third, and what was originally esteemed to be a very, very good attack round from, not a good attack round, but a good recovery from Baker Boys to get into a 3v2. They still weren't able to get past that last hurdle on those two anchors on site.
A7 did find a triple, but it wasn't enough
A7
to complete the round. A7
versus D7. What about B and
A7
C7?
D7.
What about E, F, and G7?
Yeah,
F7?
it should be A, B, C, D, E.
O7?
O7?
Who's
P7.
the real 7?
Z7.
I'm 7 minutes away from combusting my mind.
I'm 17 minutes away from combusting. It's the 7 derby. There's going to be a lot of 7s, but either way, again, Jelly's literally tripping, is crying in the background, so let's not fall apart just yet. But I mean, with the Fuse was sick pick, but we still have the Ying in play, and I have seen many teams do a Ying rush either through laundry or pantry, but chucking loads of Ying grenades, loads of smokes, and get into sight. It's an easy, clear way to get into sight, but the Warden being sit picked, I mean, that typical is just on the downfall. I mean, he hasn't had the strongest last game, and it's looking like his Candelas, like in this 7s derby, he won't be using these Candelas against Mixq, as Mixq has been on the roll. Let's see if he can carry on throughout Villa.
And I mean, the you fell off frustration was unfortunate, but like you said, the Warden hard counter. It's picked slowly to it is only picked to counter that Ying play. And typical, not really having the best of days today. I'm finding it difficult to get frags on the board. He's gonna be, relying on the splashes of the Ying, and if he goes against his Warden first, it's gonna be lights out for him. He's gonna push in thinking there's a free kill, and bop, head's gonna get popped up, and he's probably gonna scream into his mic. Let's be honest.
Lights out. Nice pun, because Candela.
Yeah. I'm glad you noticed it. I totally wasn't just accidental, and I didn't even realize I said that. It was completely intentional, and I'm so glad that someone picked that up. Anyways, you can see the yellow pings coming out for the good deal. Yeah, you can see the yellow pings coming out for that default C4, and that default C4 does manage to down typical, but Souljoy saves the day because he manages to kill Icox. And A7 Noon actually managed to get another one onto D7, the main man from last game in the last round, who hit very, very nice shots, and that leaves Matrix, Mix, and Heyman, as Heyman managed to get that first pick onto typical for typical, and Matrix gets the second one onto Punet. Let's just say you don't want to be getting complacent, you want to still keep it together, because that man can hit shots, and hitting shots is what he's doing, because he gets another one onto slows. And A7 and Souljoy, two of the best players on Baker Boys so far on this map, I would say, are left into a 2v3 clutch situation. Diffuser is dropped, they're gonna have to go for the frags there unless someone manages to pick it up, and that's exactly what A7 does. Or why am I calling him A7? It's Arun. His name is Arun. I know his name is Arun. Why am I calling him A7? Arun. Yes. But let's just call him A7 for the viewer's sake, right?
Yeah, for the 7s derby.
So, for the 7th derby. So, anyways, Souljoy, he's going to be approaching these red stairs. As you can see, the defenders of Ruhrsports are just placed in pretty good positions here to just counter, just feeling it out, what kind of attack Baker Boys are going to try to do in the 2v3. You're going to guess they're probably going to be doubling up, and Matrix is going to go for another frag here. And if he manages to get this next one, I think it's lights out for Baker Boys, because it's going to be a 1v3, and neither Ace or Souljoy are going to have much against Matrix, who seems to be in top form. After not playing Siege for 3 months, he's come back into a monster class, and because he's prone and in such an off angle, I doubt A7 is going to be able to see that. And actually, he's going to have to fight another fight first. And does he manage to get a shot? Yes, Heyman is still up, but actually Matrix gets down by A7 I'm not sure if he knows this, but Mix does get the kill on Souljoy. A7 picks up another one. It's a 1 versus 1. Mix versus A7 A7 is on one. Will he manage to get this clutch? It's 20 seconds left on the clock. He has the diffuser. He needs to push in and make a play right now. He decides to push in here. He doesn't know where the defender's playing. He's going to peek on the left side, go for a fake plant maybe. He's going to be sticking it. Mix, not going to be making a move. He's going to push out here, going to go for the frag, and he does manage to get the frag. And
A7
he tried his best. He tried his best for his team, but in the end, wasn't enough to kill him. They killed the Warden there, who was in a really good position to deny the plant.
It was just a bit, he was so close, but just a bit
so far.
So close, but so far. But I mean, a Matrix, he's been getting surprisingly consistent amount of frag. It's not like an on and off. It's these rounds which you said after the cafe game, there are certain rounds where certain members find main frags which just they clean up the round, and that being Matrix on Ruhrsports for many of the rounds. And
that was the A7 own round, but unfortunately,
I mean that was A7, but it didn't win it. I mean, A7 has been on point. Not much as Cafe from Villa, but Villa's been really been popping off. Already 8 kills in the 4th round. But I mean, we do have ICOX still, but trailing behind by 2. And now we're gonna head back to Aviator Games. And what I've realised is that Ruhrsports, if they keep up this a strong defensive round, the 3-1, it's gonna be 5, well, most likely 5. Yeah, 5-1, 5-2, and Ruhrsports being Ruhrsports, when they know it's close, they're gonna take it. So Baker Boys, they're gonna have to set up, and if A7 keeps on doing this, all he needs is a couple of support players, and that being the Lion being brought along, which I've only really seen much on Coastline.
No, I'm not really sure. It's a really aggressive op, right? You bring the line, you know exactly what you're gonna do. You're gonna be isolating defenders and going for those freebie picks. You know, you get a kill or you isolate someone, you press the button on your mouse or on your keyboard or wherever it is. You make them stand still for a few seconds, or you make them reveal their complete location, and you just go for the frags. And typical as a thermite, the ace, it's gonna be entry fragging yet again. He's gonna be running in. The lion scan comes out, and thankfully he stops, because if he ran into side again as an ace, I think I would have lost it. But yeah, Matrix is gonna be challenged as 90 angle, and honestly, shoots the drone, thankfully, but the information has been revealed. They know that someone's playing there, and you can see as well ICOX gonna be playing on this very easy shield, not really seen much, and Tunet going for the spray as ICOX picks up slows, and now it's in a choke by with ICOX as well as Matrix holding this kind of crossfire. A tap coming out on the side, felt like it should have hit someone, but actually doesn't hit anything as Tunet picks up. But does he manage to get the kill? Yes, he does. Matrix goes down. ICOX picks up a second. ICOX picks up a second one to Soltron, as DS picks one onto Puna. It's all onto Typical and A7. The best player in the lobby as someone who's probably underperforming in the form of Typical. And the Typical going down is all in the hands of A7. He gets the first kill, he gets the second kill. It's a 1v2, Mix and Heyman versus A7. But the A7's HP and the fact that his smoke range is still up, I don't think this is going to be going in his favor. He's going to have to go for insane headshot frags here. And with the cam still up, I mean, I don't see much hope of him winning this round. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I don't see much of the hope. It's sort of typical in that Habana that one time. But I mean, without the Valkyrie, they still did extremely good. And Valkyrie gives a lot. But, I mean,
the cam. Someone watches it.
I mean, you don't even need Valkyrie cams, and you got default on your side. But A7, he's 1 HP. He's asking to be eliminated, but you can't
write him off just yet.
Yeah, you can't write him off just yet, as if he quicker reaction time,
2 heads.
Will be able to clutch this round. 2 bullets is all you need, but the side holes were coming out, and the alibi prismers will be giving Ruhrsports some intel, and this shield has been quite the game-changing play for Ruhrsports. Mixed Qs can use it, and Lycock did find a double off it as well. So 35 seconds remaining, a lot of time holding off A7 in, and in the 7th derby, we're going to be seeing a push from him, and Mixed Q will finish it out, and then a 4-1, right? 4-1 lead in favour of Ruhrsports, and it's looking like a 5-1. And it's looking
like... It is looking like a 5-1.
Baker's boys are
falling apart. Yeah. I mean, this is their map pick as well, I'm pretty sure, right, production?
Yeah,
if
it
is.
Get this
right. So,
yeah, it is.
It is a bit odd, the fact that, you know, it's a map pick, but they're not really... You know, it's a 4-1. You wouldn't really expect this when you go for a map pick. And honestly, I just feel like the players of Baker Boys are a bit underperforming. You know, Slows hit so many nice shots last game and caused so many frags. Same with Plunet. And the only people who are really showing up here is A7 who's been the frag star player, and Soltron, who's just been consistently getting 1 kill per round or something around that. But yeah, they're gonna opt to no longer bring the 0 and go for a full... That is a ranked stack if I've ever seen it. That is a ranked squad, you know. That is a ranked squad of players. Or, sorry, team composition I've seen. A Sledge, Twitch, a Zafia, an Ash, and then as well as an Ace, who's probably the most fragging pod breacher that you have.
I mean, that is a real sight to see. I mean, it's definitely what you're looking at. Some basic kind of vibes over here. But, I mean, A7 on the Ace. I mean,
A7? Yeah, you like that? Yeah?
I do like that. But I mean,
I didn't like that.
The big brain, keeping him alive is a hard sport because he has the clutch ability. Is kind of, kind of positive of him being a hard sport. He will stay alive till the end and be able to, find frags, which he does absolutely amazing. Double digits.
He has a good gun as well,
already.
right? AK-12, amazing gun.
Yeah, great gun. And I mean, what do you not want from this man? He's giving it all. He's putting his best in. He's finding frags and he's, doing the best for his team. And Ruhrsports, they're just one-upping him. And Ruhrsports, they've done 2 different strats. On Aviator, they changed the strats. And on this, they've changed the strats. Instead of the Aviator, they're going to be holding outside statue door with 2 ADSs and a nice shield spot, which is very clean. And Ella's shotgun. There you go. Ella's shotgun you will be seeing.
My favorite. That is not a shotgun, that is a...
That's not a shotgun, that's a sure one-tap. And he will be finding that pick, so maybe a re-peek on that right-hand side. He will not be finding it. A7 and doing what he does best, taking members down by close swing. Might kill him, but typical. Holding that shift W, he's going to go forward into this site as it will be open now to hold it. But no, D7 will be there in this 7's derby. And it's looking like a quick and aggressive play by Baker's boys. And will he catch one of them off guard? D7 being pushed from 2 different angles around the bomb. Typical whipping up the pistol will find him. But I mean the kill coming out from Soldiering, it's all going down right now. Heyman does get that pre-play C4 onto Soldiering and now a 1v2 in this scenario. 4-1 and they can win this round, but the swing and the bait. A7, he finds his 12th kill in this map and it's now a switcheroonie as we see Baker boys head on to the defense.
It felt like a very scuffed round, I'm not gonna lie. They just pushed and pushed and pushed and applied enough pressure. And after they killed that Ella, they just kept pushing out into side. And there was some very scuffed gunfights happening inside of side. Let me tell you that. The Twitch into the Twitch shooting with the Magnum, the Ash. But somehow Baker Boys does get that round and puts them in a 4-2 split, which, believe it or not, is pretty average in a Villa defensive game. Nothing out of the ordinary for once. Villa 4-2 split on the defense. It's what you used to expect. And I mean, I don't really have much else to say. It was pretty dominant on Esports part. Ruhrsports part. It's very dominant on their part when they were defending. Matrix, he was popping off and hitting heads, and not just Matrix. Cox as well. iCox, he's been pretty phenomenal for this game as well. On the side of Baker Boys, you got A7 Un. And that's it.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the war of the giants. It feels like, and you've got A7 inside of Baker Boys, and then iCock in the side of Ruhrsports, and they're going at each other. They're definitely going at each other, and I mean that last round, it was typical. Definitely holding that shift W, whipped out the pistol last minute, they find the kill, and. I mean, they have the potential to bring this back. We're not writing them out yet. Ruhrsports, with this 4-2 up, it will give them a major advantage in this attacking side. And talking about this attacking side, it will be looking like a master push without a thermite, but with an ace and an IQ, which we didn't see from Baker's voice, and an IQ. No Valkyrie inside of
kind of useless to be honest. That IQ.
I mean, she's gonna be scanning some default cams,
and some ADSs maybe, some banner charges,
Kona
station. It's value, but it's not the value you need. But regardless,
it's definitely not the value you would have with the value. Yeah. But regardless, which I just copied off. Oh no! Well, that's just
goes down.
I mean, IQ's definitely useless now, isn't she?
Yep, definitely. She's dead. But speaking of, I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but Tunet is sitting in the tub. He's just sitting in the bathtub.
It's actually.
Yes, he is.
I did not realize this.
And I think it's Typical's job to make sure he doesn't get droned by shooting on the drones. And you can see here actually, he goes for a few shots on the Nomad, lands a few on each side. Tunet gets one onto Cox and runs out. He sees the Nomad. Does he manage to land the shots? No, the hip fire doesn't really work out for him. But Typical elsewhere does pick up Heyman and leaves it into a 4v2. And with D7 here on the rappel, the position known, as well as Mix, who's also on that Wolf balcony, it's not really looking good for them. And this is exactly the kind of round that Baker Boys needed on the defensive first round.
Yeah, there's not the great thing you want to say, especially being caught off by that hot tub action. Oh no. the hot tub kill, which we want to say, but I mean D7 still has this 1v3 possibility clutch in hand, finding Typical. That'll be 1, 2 more to find. And these players will be 100 HP, including Kona stations on their side. D7 not with the greatest HP, just underneath 50, had diffuser and that needs the 4k to clutch this out. We'll find the Prisma, you know, plus 10 points there. But I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot going on. The 90 cam will give off intel and, you know, definitely hurt D7's, you know, push into the skull or aviator door, whatever you prefer to call it. The close pre-fire onto Slows, playing in study, but Soldier will be playing on this crossfire alongside him, just on bot door, and these cone stations being used by Salt Joint just to give them a boost of HP here. Air jab and some flashes going out to try and stop Slows from flanking out. Holding his head that hold, he will be finding what he will find one, and now he's got the jump forward. The air jab will be hit, but Slows will hit the head headshot.
Why did he not shoot that?
And why did he not shoot that?
I don't understand. Why did he not shoot that? He was I thought that is very odd. And the fact that he didn't shoot that. That was too close for comfort for Baker Boys, you know. It was a 4v2 into a 1v1 at the end, and that could have easily gone into Ruhrsports. And I'm telling you now, if Ruhrsports won that round, I think that's a tilter for Baker Boys, you know. That's a round that people are like, we shouldn't have lost that. How could we lose that, guys? Come on, get ahead in the game. And in a 5-2 split, 3-round deficit, it's just not really a good spot to be in. You're going to be tilted for at least one more round after that. For a few rounds, the mental game's not going to be strong. And luckily for that didn't happen because, you know, Slows, he's been a bit slow in this game today, but he does get the frag when he needs to get the frag, and that's what all that matters in the game of Siege, you know, impact frags. And that right there was a very, very impactful frag, let me tell you.
Attackers need to locate
that
and
was
defuse
a
as many
solid
bombs
frag,
as they
and
can.
I mean, it was. I just don't know how that ending. Yeah, you know, it wasn't.
I just wish it was a A7 versus D7. I wanted to see an A7 versus D7.
We do need to see this D7 A7 derby. I think we should host on Talent League the Sevens derby. Whoever has a 7 in their name will do a custom.
True.
That'd be good to see.
I actually know someone, V7 Noms. He was actually a player, I'm pretty sure, for Arrow last season as a sub, so he could join.
5 seconds to insertion.
They sign up now. Sevens derby.
The Sevens derby. It's actually this is actually not a prank. We're gonna launch a new Sevens derby. Talent League just the production has just approved of this. If you have a 7 in your name, you can join this fantasy league, and you can potentially win up to, how much was it? 10,000? Yeah, 10,000 pounds.
No, if
so
I hear
make sure
that
to join
correctly, 100,000 pounds. Oh,
speaking
no,
of 100,000 pounds, that team kill is priceless. Because Salt Joints has a nice shot. Matrix goes down to Mixq, and that is unfortunate, you know. First blood coming out for Mixq here. Not really the kind of first blood you want to see if you are a Ruhrsports fan. And at least, you know, a bit of good news. Ruhrsports have gotten control of Kitchen already. A trophy take. They do know that someone is lurking below, and that is the Thunderbird. Can she shoot the drone? No, she cannot. And now she's trapped in a position, but she runs away somehow with her life. The drones are following her. She's gonna try to run all the way to Narnia here. Gonna rotate all the way back to Coat. And the 2 drones still in play. You know, she's gonna go prone there, just trying to see if she can waste more time. She's gonna get droned down, let's be honest. And it's a good thing that her teammates are here to support. If anyone goes to red hallway, I'm pretty sure, Typical is playing on that red hallway, so anyone pushed oh, actually, never mind. He's actually rotated back into Art. And I thought that person was standing outside, not inside, and that would have been a freebie. But Typical, he's going to be playing this really aggressive here on that Art doorway.
And I mean, it slows, you know, a bit of pressure him. 2 drones on him, but he will find his way into safety. And he wasted quite an amount. Sorry, I just hiccup. What? He wasted quite an amount of time there in that room and alive. But Plunet will find Heyman as he jumps out the window. He does get to make it back into bathroom window, and I don't know how that was allowed by Mixq. But either way, Typical finds a kill on that being set. And Plunet, he will just be chilling underneath that bathroom window, waiting for someone to break it. But it won't be anyone soon, as D7 will be on the rappel. And then he will go straight off it. Caster's Curse for you. He might be going on to bathroom window, and Plunet could find himself another jump out kill in this bathroom location for Mixed Q. And D7 will be here to fight him off. And 40 seconds remaining, 4-2. Looking like a 4-4 as Baker's boys are having a strong round. And Pluna, will he be able to take out Moth Guard? But the knife coming out from D7, but the swing coming out from A7. D7, let's go. The 7's derby action right now. And you can sign up now for $100,000.
True. Sign on fee is actually, you get, what is this production? You get paid $10 for joining up? What?
Seconds remaining.
Is this, it will be casted by
10 seconds to go.
Pro League casters? Intero? Hello?
Intero and Pengu? They're casting it with the 7 derby?
Jess Analyst? The Analysts? A7?
You know, I'm not sure exactly what's happening in the round while we were waffling.
Well, the next round is a 4-4 close quarters combat fight, and I mean Baker's boys have pulled it back, and that's exactly what you want to happen as a Baker's boys fan. The double B, and there's you know, we did see some lovely action from A7 taking out D7. Do love to see that, and now it's going to be heading to Dining Kitchen, the Tritery site. Or
tertiary, you mean?
Tertiary, yeah, thank you.
There you go. It's fine. You're still in school for a reason, right? It'll come naturally in a bit. It'll come naturally in a bit, okay?
Yeah, I mean, the camera!
Let's go!
Alright, by the way, if you get an interrogation, wait, what was that? Tripping £100?
£100 for every interrogation? New rule in Talent League? Sorry, 100 euros? 100 euros? 100 euros, sorry, not £100. He's gonna go straight to basement and hide. And honestly, I mean, I'm not expecting much because Ruhrsports, not fuck.
Can we have a whole round of just typicals POV? Like for just
that would be interesting. I'm not sure how entertaining it would be. But
can we have that?
That would be interesting. But what I was gonna say is that Ruhrsports have been very good with the droning. And actually, there's a drone right there. And I'm not sure if he actually got spotted out yet or not. But if he did, it doesn't seem like he did. But there's another drone. He's actually, I'm pretty sure the drones haven't spotted him yet. So he's in the perfect spot, in the blind spot of both drones. And if someone decides to push into garage, oh sorry, not garage, into, actually yeah, someone's gonna be pushing here into this bottom floor. There's 3 drones.
No.
He's still not drone.
Typical £100. Oh,
£100. Watch out! No!
Oh no! Does D7 even realise? Does D7 realise?
He's just moving on with his life.
Did D7? I don't even think D7 realised you got the kill. But you will find another one. Clue that takes him out. Another 2v4, and another one by Slows. And I don't know what happened. Typical went flying.
That was interesting. All I'm saying is this match is all going down in basement. All the kills are happening here in basement. Can someone explain to me why are all the kills happening in basement? Slows is getting a triple kill in basement. Why is it all happening in basement? Why am I repeating myself? This is too much for one. Is this a rank game? I feel like I'm what is happening? It's all on to Mixed Q. Somehow it was a 5v2.
Even soap joints a bit.
What? It was a 5v2 and now it's a 2v1. And guess what? Baker boys are in the 2v1. Not typical, Slows went huge that round with a 4K and brings that round back and reigns Baker boys in. And that is a round that definitely should not have gone to the side of Baker boys. But, you know, stuff happens sometimes. You know, the breach charge kill came out onto the Cav. And then it was a 5v2. And then Slows just came in and it was like 1, 2, 3, 4. And everyone died. So, yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there, to be honest. Let's just move on. This game has something else. I'm having so much fun watching this.
Yeah, I mean, a tactical timeout coming from Ruhrsports and this.
Yep, I almost forgot. The tactical, I was so engrossed by the game, I forgot. Ruhrsports called a tactical timeout, which is odd because it called it in the middle of the round where they were 5-2 up, and then they lost that. So, did they predict the future? Did they throw the round? I don't know. You don't know. They will know, and it's a question potentially to ask them in the interview if they win this game. But if they don't, unfortunately, because of this draw, we will not have any interviews, which is sad because there's definitely stuff I want to ask both teams because there's a lot of things that happen this game. You know, I mean, you could say it yourself, but the timer does get resumed, which means the tactical timeout has been over. I'm not sure exactly what it was. It must have been something along the lines of, guys, get your heads in the game. Stop being dumb. All right, you're throwing rounds. And actually, never mind, the Monty pick comes out. So maybe it is a different kind of strat, and the Monty comes out, and Plunet swaps from the Oryx, which is a Monty counter, into the Alibi, which is just unfortunate, honestly.
Yeah, that's just we move on though, but I mean, just about that rounds, I don't know what happens.
Stuff happens, all right. The most important thing is just move on.
They took the tactical timer, which I definitely think they need. I think they were absolutely trolling. They've thrown so many 5v2s, 3v5s, and stuff like this where it's just 3 rounds, and they're just, it's affecting them and not anyone else. So I mean, Ruhrsports, they've been doing strong, and hopefully this tactical timer won't affect their game plan. And they've already whipped out the Montaigne, which we have seen from them before, especially Icot, the man himself, will be a human shield for the fraggers.
5 seconds remaining.
The fraggers of D7 and Mixed-Q to be playing behind that and see what they can do as match point is on the line.
I mean, if there's one thing I can say about Baker Boys is that they're a really scary team, even when they're down to a 5v2, 5v3, because they just have those kind of players, and you've seen it by Slows, by 8-7, not so much on this map, but Plunet last map, Sultan as well, he's been doing pretty okay. These players, they've been so good at fragging that even when you have the 1-2 man advantage, you just have to be on alert all the time, because they're just gonna like string you and go for these kills, and that's exactly what happened in the last round. Slows went for it and got a 4K. So you have to be really alert against this team, and that is something that I just wanted to point out. It's really good. Speaking of pointing that out, that drone's gonna point out the location of that Thunderbird and gonna get swiftly destroyed. And the Monty comes out, and Slows is gonna be like, I ain't about that life. He's gonna rotate all the way away to kitchen. But typical, he's gonna be playing on these red stairs. Gonna see if he can catch somebody, and he actually might be able to catch one person. That he does. The Sledge, who gets a kill onto Slows, gets traded off immediately, and typical gets a second onto DS, and now it seems to be nope, never mind. He gets traded off. I was gonna say he's gonna maybe rotate back to get healed up by the Thunderbirds, but that doesn't seem to be the case because he gets traded off. And now it's into a 3v3, and Soltroid is still in library in a lurk position, and no one's looking at him. If he picked this right now, he could have gotten the free kill onto the Hibana, but unfortunately for him, he gives his position away, and now people know about him. The drone actually might have come out before because it is
there was a lot of drones on him.
Yeah. It's already supposed to be a lot of drones.
Yeah. I mean, I have talked about this before. I'll talk about it after the round. Remind me. I'll talk about it after the round. Start something with the drones and Ruhrsports. But either way, 1 minute remaining, and Baker Boys are going to try to find their hold off onto Ruhrsports as Ruhrsports find their way onto the site. But Plunet doing exactly that, shotting them down. Plunet going for another swing. ADS coming out, the pistol whipping out, but Heyman will find that kill with one of the strongest guns in the game. Soldier is still off site, a C4 in hand, but no intel to go for the C4s. A7 is a C4 as well, and he will whip out the C4, but that timing will go in favor of Heyman. And now the Montaigne will just sit there, and he doesn't even have diffuser, so Heyman can go for a simple plant. If he manages to get the cover, he will be going into classical hallway, and now he's pretty much stuck there. The C4 is on the window, so that Montaigne will not be able to go near that door unless he takes out that C4, and the bomb is going to be planted. A7 looking for his 15th or 16th kill on this round, waiting for the Montaigne to unshield, and as he will do, the A7 will be in a sticky situation. Heyman will be holding this crossfire. Bullets being shot. A7 trying to go for the quick peek, but playing passive he will not, and Icot, he will clean that up in a great attacking round by Ruhrsports, and 5-5 we will see another day.
I mean, you gotta be wondering, right? If Plunet actually had a normal secondary instead of that shotgun, if he could have managed to go huge and get the kill onto the Monty, right? That was something that was unfortunate, because he did light up that Heyman on the ace all the way up to 1 shot, a bullet's worth, and Baker Boys losing that round against the Monty, it is a bit unfortunate, and because that was a very, very close round on both sides, and the Cav from Typical coming out yet again, but this time he's going to be six-making off it, because last time we went Cav, I don't know if you remember this, but they went basement, and a lot of things happened there. So let's actually, he's going to go into the dock.
Talking about that base.
Attackers need to locate and
in the highlights.
He's back.
In the highlights.
Yep. Your mic died for a second.
Oh, did it? Talking about that basement, D7 SSB asking if that Ash entry could be in the highlights. So plus, I believe it should, because a lot of things happened in that map. A lot of things. That Ash
honestly,
breaching charge on the Kavira, which didn't get spotted by 3 drones. The Russian, the 5v2 throw. Slows managed to get 3k. Then 4k. Yeah,
Look,
I mean,
honestly,
a lot of things happened.
So I'm pretty sure people at home or people watching, they know about the top 5 plays of the week that we have on Talent. And I feel like there could be 5 plays from this game alone, honestly.
Yeah,
the amount of individual brilliance that's been happening. The Matrix double tap, slows us, the 4Ks coming out.
Makes his Q last round.
Yeah, I mean, the breaching charge. Like, there's just too many things happening, honestly.
Oh, wait. I forgot. I need to talk about the drone thing.
Yeah, the drone thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, the drone thing. So basically, okay, well, I'm completely interrupted.
So basically, Ash gets down.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but we moved. But I just want to say, with the drones, Ruhrsports and many other high teams, like Noetic, it was many Ruhrsports, Ignite Esports, Blue Jays, these teams, but especially Ruhrsports, their drone and intel gathering is immaculate and sublime, especially on the attack. There's nothing you can do. The sheer amount of drones there is, and the amount of intel they have, it feels like they're cheating. Like that Ash just knew he was there, because the sheer amount of pings, the drones, which Ruhrsports have, and I can definitely see the difference from Baker's Boys attacks and Ruhrsports attacks.
Yeah,
and how the intel gathering is different. And speaking of that, Heyman finds Slows. And Slows tried to go for that same study window, but it will not work again. But that being said, A7 will land a lot of bullets onto Icon, but he'll still be alive, holding that Monty shield strong and firm. And D7 being low, that will still have an impact on this result of the game.
You have to be very careful here, because you can see exactly where 2 of the players are. They're trapped in that one corner. If there was a C4 in the hands of any of these players, that player would be dead. But A7 getting aggressive here. And ooh, he doesn't get caught out there and doesn't land a single shot. But D7 and Cox are both on low HP, but they do manage to get Salt Join. And it's a 5v3. I mean, this is pretty good from them so far. If they just keep up the pace, they can easily win the round. Just have to make sure they don't give away any free picks here. And speaking of free picks, that's exactly what Typical is, as he just swings out. As D7 picks 1 and 2, and it's all onto A7 Un. The hero of this game so far, the match winner. He's got 14 kills to his name. How many more can he get this round? It seems none, because he's been droned out and he is in a corner. A flawless round coming out on the side of Ruhrsports, and it is a unfortunate situation for Baker Boys.
Yeah, Baker Boys, I mean, they had a lot going for them. They had the 5-4, 5-3? No, they had the 5-4 with Ruhrsports. After that tactical timeout, 2 rounds have been strong and firm, and it might be looking like a 2 Caster's Curse. I'm going to say it anyway. I'm going to touch wood. It's looking like a 2-0 in favour of Ruhrsports to find this 2-map lead. And I don't know where that will put them on the leadboard.
Probably at the bottom. Oh, not Baker Boys, I mean, because they've lost both games.
Oh, yeah.
Put them at the bottom.
I mean, how many did you get for a win? 3.
I mean, while you do that, I'm just going to talk about it. This Monty pick, whether if it was discussed in the tactical timeout or spur of the moment, it's an absolute play of brilliance, because that is what has been countering. That is the operator that has been countering Baker Boys so far. You know, the aggression of Baker Boys and the fact that they've been able to just like swing and get so many free kills. The Monty just put a halt in that, giving away so much. He's a walking drone. And on top of that, he's just been such a good play in the hands of Ruhrsports, and they've managed to win 2 rounds in a row and put themselves on match point. And Baker Boys, it's do or die. If they win this round, they go on to overtime and could potentially get 1 point from this game. But if they lose this next round, it's over. That's done. 0 points from this day. Those 10 rounds that they won, meaningless. They could have been 7-0, 7-0. So, I mean, they're not meaningless because they did come into effect in round differential and stuff later on the season. But for simplicity's sake, they get no points, right? Nothing from that. So it is curious that they've gone for an Echo this time, which is probably just to counter that Monty, get his shield off. A very common spawn peek. Maybe so uncommon that no one expects it, but no, someone is holding it. So he's gonna just slowly back away. And to be fair to him, this window has wasting a bit of time, you know. It's like 10-15 seconds wasted from one person because it's checking in. So it's not like it had no value, but I'm just glad he wasn't peeking it, you know. That would have been very sad if he died.
That wouldn't have been the greatest of starts. First try. That's a C4, but he might just take out his own Military gadget. But a waste of a C4 as no one is even there to even try and shoot it. It's looking like a main push with the Montagne shield up main, but might get caught off guard. And talking about this off guard, the call from the Montagne is not going to be quick enough. As Salt Joint will take a bullet.
He takes a lot of damage in the process, but he does manage to get back to site. And Typical goes out to peek, but there's just a flurry of trades coming out and leaving Heyman in a 1v3 situation. Too much stuff happening at once to talk, but basically a bunch of trades came out. Slows and Playday just clean up around there. I'm not sure exactly what exactly happened. All I know is that Squishy's mic, our internet died, and then Playday, his recoil control is immaculate. But regardless of that, a good round coming out from Baker Boys as they managed to get the good trades at the nick of time and push this map into overtime. And which, as we're gonna wait for a bit for Squishy to come back, I'm not sure if his internet died, his PC died, Discord died for him. It could be a lot of things, to be honest. We know how the tech issues go from this side. But regardless of that, Baker Boy is going to go on the defense yet again, and Ruhrsports are going to bring the Monty yet again. But actually,
Hello?
Oh, he's back. The Monty's going to be 6-pick onto the sledge. Welcome back, Squishy.
I'm so confused. Baker's Boys won that round, but it just like my Wi-Fi didn't it didn't.
Yeah,
go
no,
bad.
it's happened.
It just disconnected from my Wi-Fi, and I had to re-put the code
Attackers
in.
need to locate
It's okay.
and defuse
It's just,
bombs.
honestly, you didn't miss much. It shows just a bunch of flurry of trades from Baker Boys and left in the 1v3 situation and the last guy time. So it was a good round from Baker Boys. Not much you could even see because that's how fast the trades were. Literally, you could only see in the top right, kill, and then it was orange for a few seconds, and then Baker Boys won. That's literally what happened. So don't worry about it. You didn't miss too much. And all you need to know is that we are in overtime, and the Monty has 6-pick onto the Nomad.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Banshee ready to go.
Very interesting.
10 seconds left.
Interesting indeed.
Interesting. But either way, overtime it
seconds to
is. And from what I heard, Baker's Boys just had a solid average
Attackers must
defense,
locate and
and
defuse a bomb.
Ruhrsports' role will not go into a 3-round win streak, but just a 2. And Playday, I believe he did that last round.
He
Did
did.
he not? He did do that
He
last
did.
round.
He did do that last round. And
Did
guess
he?
what? This time he did it again.
Did it? He's doing it again. He might not find a kill, but he's going to.
He's doing his thing. He's Playday, man. We have this thing in our little group chat. Is Playday is Playday. He just does what Playday does. No one knows what he does. He's just doing his own thing. So. Anyways, D7, he's already repelled the trophy, and he's pulling a typical by just pushing into site already. Not pushing to site, but pushing into the building already, and already gotten a lot of map control, almost into 90 already, into this trophy entrance/wolf area, peeking into 90. But unfortunately for him, no one is playing 90, and if he's gonna drone, he's gonna find that out exactly. But you can see a typical below doesn't have the C4 anymore, as Malusi's C4 had been removed, unfortunately, because I'm pretty sad about it. I was a Malusi main for a bit. So I love that C4. But regardless of that, no C4 means he's gonna go for a state flag. But you gotta remember the nomads in play plus the drones. It's gonna be really difficult. But speaking of C4s, Slows goes absolutely huge with his double C4 onto Mix and Cox. And now I don't know if it was a pre-place, was that a toss of the shield? All I need to know is that is the one who DZ. Okay, never mind. Scramble all of that. Ignore the C4 because it's back into a 3v3. DZ and Heyman both got good kills. Yeah, typical.
I mean,
typical
just look at this. This is the sheer amount of intel which Ruhrsports have. They know he's there, but they don't seem to react. Typical finds a double out of nowhere, and he was there, but no reaction. He finds a
Typical
third.
with a triple kill.
Typical. I am genuinely shocked. They were shooting at Typical. Did they not know he was there?
Confused.
They were focused on him.
So they had the intel. You could tell that they knew Typical was there because all of the attackers immediately ran back, like, let's pressure this one defender who's trying to fire us. But then I'm not sure. Maybe the ace was looking behind the table, or he wasn't really paying attention to the angle that Typical was playing, because he killed him, and then the Ash ran in because the Ash was on such low HP she couldn't really get the refract. She gets killed, and then Typical is swings for the last guy and aims crouch with his pistol and gets the kill, and that's a huge round from Typical there. And he hasn't had the best of days today, but when he can make plays like that, I mean, it's okay. All right, as long as you get impact frags, and right there, those were impact frags. Speaking of impact frags, he's gone to tip Capital, which is a new op we haven't seen today.
We have seen it once in Cafe, the very first round.
True, good memory. This is why I need a good duo.
Nemo.
I forget. I completely forgot. I mean, he didn't get much value. I'm pretty sure he didn't use anything, so it was like just a gun. But potentially the first round, of this Playday, and potentially the last round as well of Capital. How poetic would that be, right?
Yeah.
That would be.
Finish on a like you start with Capital on a loss and then you finish on a win.
It would be kind of poetic, but you know, we're gonna have to wait and find out, as it is still 7-7. Oh, sorry, 7-6 towards Baker Boys. And if they want to close out this map and get that one,
5 seconds to insertion.
get that one round, all they need to do is win. Get 5 kills, basically. If they get 5 kills this round, and they win the game. Or alternatively,
all they need 5 bullets. Like, it's not that difficult. 5 bullets, right?
They just need 5 bullets, right?
They just need 5 bullets. That's all you need. 1 bullet per head. And instead of the shield being on top of the thing, it's on the side. I don't know if there was a struggle trying to get it on top. Maybe they wrote a certain part of the map thing, didn't let them to put on. But I don't know. I won't go into that. There's their decision. Oh, okay. Oh, what? Oh, yo, Bluenet doing some push-ups. Can we go back on Bluenet?
Can we check his Moss, guys? I think he might be hacking.
Moss? I think Spinbot is coming our way.
I think his hacks have been revealed. You know, the air in the legs hacks, body strength of the. Oh yeah. That was very interesting. 100 push-ups, yeah.
I mean, here we have this shield and the close prone pixel coming out from Matrix, and hopefully you can find a one-tap. But that's a really nice angle. Talking about angle, Slows will find a nade onto K-Man.
That's a smoke.
On the member of Ruhrsports, and I mean, it's looking like Baker's Boys are going to take this lead unless Matrix or one of the members of Ruhrsports fight back in this. He will see 0. He won't be able to land any bullets, and 90 breach will now be opened, and Vault will be a weak position for Ruhrsports to hold, but Matrix will be playing aggressive, and he will go for a swing as Slows will be shot down, as his 12 kills will not lead to 13 any nearer, but he gets way too aggressive as A7 finds that kill onto Matrix, but Icon with the instant refrag, and A7 on this close door, and Mixed Q will go for the swing, and now a 3v2, and it's all gone down for Baker Boys, but no! As Salt Jolt will now find Mixed Q, and that's an instant refrag, trade back and forward, just like ping pong. Icon and D7 to clutch this up to the dreams are alive of the Chiwo match point, and Icon doing what he does best, finding kills on kills, and Typical will be taken down as Shulker, the last member alive with the G360. Not my favourite, but he will be his weapon of choice, and see what he can do with it with this crossfire with 40 seconds remaining. The drone going out, intel he needs to use, Nuke still in play, and hopefully that will not affect his intel gathering. He sees the man in Vault, there will be a man elsewhere to watch him, and that man will be 90, and he will be slowed down time by time again. Salt Joint, 20 seconds remaining. He does have Diffuser, and let's see if he can go to a plant, but the amount of pressure he is on, he will decide to go for a plant. It will be a fake. There will be a man in Vault and a man on the rotate. He decides to pick the rotate, doesn't find the wall bang. There will be a man in the Vault, and that'll be D7, finishing him off, and a strong round from Ruhrsports to keep it alive, and now an overtime match point. And what will we see?
I mean, this is the stuff of dreams. 7-7 match point, do or die. Baker Boys on defense. They're gonna have to go to Trophy or Kitchen here because they cannot go to their primary site. I'm gonna be interested to see what the operators are, you know, because Baker Boys have been pretty flexible with what operators they like to play. You know, they've been bringing a lot of flex sauce, mostly Typical, and exactly that. We see a Goyo for the first time, I'm pretty sure, today. I can't remember if we saw him at all in Cafe, but we see a Valkyrie as well on the side of Trophy. Not on the side of Trophy. I mean, it is on the site of Trophy, but on the side of Baker Boys. And this seems to be a completely different kind of lineup that we've not seen from them before. And Matrix is going to switch onto that IQ. And honestly, I'm not sure why A7 did pick someone else and 6-pick onto the Valkyrie just to prevent the IQ from being picked. But regardless of that fact, maybe it's like a double bluff, triple bluff. But regardless, it does seem like this will be the final round for today, and it is, boy, am I excited to see what happens here. It's a 5v5. I mean, just looking at the scoreboard here before we go ahead, Slows 12 and 9, Typical 11 and 12, picking up the slack. Kunet 7 and 11, not really had the best of games.
Great individual players.
Yeah, A7 on after the defensive stop, he was on 12 kills. He's only gotten 4 in the past 6, which just shows that he hasn't really been needed. And on the other side, you know, we have Ruhrsports. We got 12 kills from Cox. We got D7 on 13, Matrix only on 10, which is kind of odd because I thought he'd be popping up. But Mix on 10 and him on 8, so...
I mean, he's still popping off double digits.
Yep, he's still popping off double digits, but I mean, just barely, you know.
It's a great individual player, and that just shows you every round has been close, like a 1v1, a 1v2, or maximum 1v3. Like, there will always be a 1v2 kind of vibe in every single round, and I mean, sheer amount of kills from both sides, and yes, overtime match point, and we'll see.
Oh my god, how poetic would it be, right, if it was a 1v1 clash between A7 and D7 on 7-7 match point?
I mean, the 7s derby. We might see that, but we just got to rely on D7 and A7 to stay alive till the end. Be able to sign up for the £100,000 7s derby tournament, which Jelly will be putting all his money towards, and £100,000 for even participating. It is sorry, £100,000 if you win, but £100 if you participate. If
also,
I'm right.
The C4 here. The fact that Baker Boys have not bought the C4, not bought an IQ, is I'm sorry, not a Valkyrie this entire time, but the Valkyrie cam does get shut down. You need to be careful. Yeah, the C4 comes out a bit too prematurely here as D7 manages to stay alive, and he's gonna push himself into bathroom as the second Valkyrie cam is gonna get spotted out. This IQ is getting such insane value. He scared someone in the tub after that one round, but unfortunately for him, no one's playing in the tub. It is clear the Flores run goes in just to check it, and like no one is there. The military. I like that, you know, using the Flores run just to check it. But it is a very slow round, which is unfortunate. But Matrix gets the first pick onto Typical, but Slows gets the retry onto Matrix almost instantly, bringing it back into a 4v4. But Megs gets the kill onto Net, bringing it into a 4v3, and then Cox gets the kill into a 4v2. And Saltjoin and Slows, 2 players left. They need to be going huge in this round if they want to prevent their team from losing 2-0. And Salt. You can see here Slows is just perched up on this window, gets that first kill. Will he get the second one? He goes for a pre-fire in a 3v2 situation. He needs to be playing this really, really smart. He needs to get this next kill. Saltjoy is going to get healed up back to full by that Kona station double. And the drones are just going to be coming out here. Going to try to drone out Slows, trying to find out his position. And actually, the missed drone potentially coming out. Oh, never mind. He's going to run back, and oh my god, he's running back inside a 2v3. Slows gets one, gets shaded off. It's all onto Saltjoy in a 1v2 situation. What will he be able to do? Last round he was in a 1v2 situation, he lost, but with only 30 seconds left, they're gonna have to get the diffuser down. His position is unknown. He can very easily get this. If he gets the first kill, it's gonna be a 1v1. It's do or die for him. He's gonna be playing this angle here. He's gonna be peeking the wall. The C4 comes out, it goes huge, it doesn't match anyone. Whoa.
Shoots in the end. Oh, what a shot by D7 on that C4. Oh, so close. And
that was one C4 away.
Fat L. One more second for that to land. And I mean, Ruhrsports, they take the 2-0 and they take that map home. What a game we have seen. Baker's boys have proved themselves worthy to be here today. Ruhrsports coming on top. Sublime work throughout that. 15 kills, 16 kills.
What a game.
That's absolutely sublime work by both teams there, and I mean,
that was this close. That was literally one bullet away. If he missed that C4 would have landed, killed the planter, and probably killed the ace as well, because he was just close enough. I thought that C4 landed, to be fair. I wasn't paying attention. I was going nuclear. I was like, no way that C4 landed. He won. But it didn't. He got shot midair, and then he died, which is unfortunate for Big. But a valiant effort, nonetheless. A 7-5 and an 8-7. I mean, they have yet to register a win in this tournament so far, but the scoreline so far, they've lost 8-6 on Oregon. They lost 7-3 on Clubhouse, which is a bit sad, but then they've lost 7-5 and lost 8.
And more importantly, ICOC will be our member of interviewing as we say, hello, ICOC! ICOC! We were calling you that for the whole thing, just saying.
Yeah.
You're welcome. So, you take that win, and I mean, I mean, thank you for that. Personally, thank you. Being back, Tan League, seeing that game was amazing. But ICOC. I mean, what a man you were. You did absolutely fantastic on that Villa game, fragging out left, right, and centre. I mean, yeah, you could definitely spot that out as well too. Oh, and did you expect that from Baker's Boys being a new team?
Yeah, like, holy shit. They play good, but weird. Holy shit. Like, every time we shoot at one, there was 2 others. This was literally insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of ping pong throughout that whole game.
So, Squishy, you know what? You've been such a huge esports fan and rooting them on. Why don't you just take the lead in this interview and just ask away at everything you want to ask?
Yeah, I do want to ask.
Come on, Squishy.
On the very last round, that C4.
Yeah.
Were you alive? You weren't alive. No, you weren't. You were spectating D7, right? If that C4 had one more second, that would be the game gone, or the map gone. Like, what was going through your mind when that C4 got tossed in? You were relying on D7 to hit it.
I know D7 hit it. I know D7 will hit it. He hits every C4. Yeah, I trust him.
Yeah, I mean, you love to see that from a team, and I mean, you've been together for a long time. I believe, like, a very long time, Ruhrsports, and you've got great chemistry, especially. D7's gonna hit it. D7's gonna hit it. Of course he will. And I mean, you definitely played strongly on both maps, not just you individually, but as a team, very well. And Baker Boys, you say they played weird. I mean, you took that dub, and I mean, it was great to watch, and I really want to thank you and Baker Boys for putting on that show for me and everyone watching.
Yeah. It's nice to hear that it was a nice game, man.
It was a very fun game for all the viewers at home to watch. It was a very frag fest, not like traditional season, all guns blazing, a lot of individual brilliance. Matrix. I mean, we'll talk about Matrix and individual play in a second, but let's just talk a little bit, because last week obviously you lost 1-7-1-7. You know, not the best of results, and coming here today, and it was a hard fought victory. You know, 7-5, 8-7. That's not easy. Okay. So what was the mindset going into today? Because obviously when you've lost a game like that last week, you have to come here and you have to prove everyone wrong, and that you did.
Yeah, the problem is, like, we do not have a fifth at the moment. Like, Fox.
Matrix Return. Hello.
No, he don't like this game.
He didn't like it. Well, he definitely
that is understandable. That is understandable. Yeah.
Like, MixQ is at the moment our newest player, and we literally played one scrim with him.
He did very well. Very well. Yeah, it felt like he had a lot. Like, the whole team had so much chemistry. Matrix and MixQ, you just synced in like butter and jam. It was a great day to watch. But I mean, where is Fox then?
Fox, no. His house burned down, and he's at the moment at his neighbor house.
I hope he's okay.
Yeah, he's okay, and
like the whole thing burned down like that, maybe from the Incredibles for that to go.
I think only the top burned down.
That's
wow. I mean, that was unexpected. I hope he's okay, and I hope
he's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's okay, and if all runs good, then he is back at next week with his internet and PC.
That's good to hear. You know, hopefully he had insurance. But anyways, let's talk a bit about the game. You know, from a viewer's perspective, it felt a lot like a ranked game as anyone watching. A lot of 4Ks, a lot of 3Ks. You know, a lot of refragging. I mean, from your side, we could definitely see the strats. The droning work was immense. The flank drones, etc. But on the side of Baker Boys, they just kept pushing you and pushing you and pushing you. I didn't feel like there was any kind of strats. Nothing. They were just fragging and just relying on the guns and game sense. Like, have you ever played a team like that before, who just is hyper aggressive? No, like no F's given, just going at it.
Yeah, we played against Noetic. They play like the same, but not that aggressive.
They quote just like bam, bam, bam around the shield, 3 ADSs.
Yeah, I think the problem was that we only scrim against teams who play really passive. Like, we can't find teams who play aggressive.
Well, now you found one.
Yeah, now we found one. Yeah.
There you go.
It is good to know, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot to talk about gameplay. There's a lot of individual brilliance clips. Going back to Cafe, you had the Matrix double one tap. I'm sure the shoes are going off on that one. You had D7 was hitting some really nutty shots as well. Overall, I mean, on the side of Baker Boys. Oh my god, I almost forgot the name. They were hitting nice shots. It just felt like a game where anything could happen at any point, and anyone in a 1vx situation clutch. Like, was it just the viewers at home, or did you enjoy the game in that sense? Like, it was just a nice, fun, relaxing, like frag fest of a game, or was it just panics everywhere? You don't know what's happening.
I think both.
I think both.
Yeah, it was panic and fragging.
Panic, fragging, having a bit of fun.
I also have a question, especially on the Villa. There was the two separate strats on the Aviator and Trophy. There would be one strat where you had a different setup, and the other one. I just want to know whose idea strat was that, because it was really good.
Which the shield on the Aviator table.
Yeah, on that as well, and on the Trophy side as well, you had a shield outside statue door facing landing.
Yeah.
That got a lovely Ella one tap. That'll probably be a clip, but
because
so that was really, and the way you changed it from strat A from strat B from site to site, it had a really good flow to it, and whoever did that, props to them, because if they make more of that, I mean, Ruhrsports coming behind.
Okay, let's just talk about the elephant in the room, all right? So, the round before you could tell the tactical timeout, there was a breaching charge. All the action went down in the basement of Villa. A breaching charge kill into a 5v2 into a round loss because one of the other players' slows had gone huge with the 4K. I mean, what was happening there? You call a tactical timeout on them. Like, what was going on? That was too much for any viewer.
I think the main problem was in this situation that we had camps on all stairs and we know that they will push. We literally know it, and we just got slapped.
Did you actually see the cav in that corner, or no? Because we were watching from our perspective. There was a drone watching the stairs. There was a drone inside Vine, and all of them were in. He was in the blind spot of all of the drones, except for and the only thing. If the breach charge didn't kill him, I tell you that you could have gotten a 2K there, because I don't think you were aware, right? So that was a bit. Did you even realize you killed him with the breach charge? Or no, it wasn't you. I'm not. Was it Heyman?
D7. It was D7 because D7 he got the kill, but it felt like he didn't know at all. Like he played.
Did you guys realize like you killed someone?
We realized it, but we did not expect it at all.
I mean, there's too much going on. I mean,
and another thing I want to add that me and Jaeger were having me and Trippin Jaeger. Trippin doesn't have a voice, so he can't say magic. But it was like the sevens derby. We called it because we kept on saying A7, D7, A7 this, D7 that, and there was like 7-7 overtime match point. It was like A7 v D7 throughout the whole thing. So it's a sevens derby, and you came out on top. So props to D7 for that one.
We were hoping it was going to be an A7 versus D7 on a 7-7 match point with 7 seconds left on the clock. So we were hoping for something like that, but unfortunately, it wasn't going to be anything like that. I mean, two very close games, and let's take the focus off of your team and onto Baker Boys. They're a very new team, right? And So what do you think of them as a team? How well do you think they're going to do? Because obviously this is the first time in this tournament, in the Talent League, and they've lost both of the games, both of the opening playdays. So what are your thoughts on them? Do you think they're going to go far? Do you think they're going to absolutely be mid-table, or going to drop out? Like, what is the thoughts going into this?
If they're playing that aggressive in the future, they will not win. I think they will win some games, but if they're playing against the QVG or Blue Jays, they have no chances with that aggressive playstyle.
Do you think you're better than Blue Jays and QVG?
Yeah, for sure. Who's Blue Jays?
Hey,
I guess that.
Clip that, chat. Clip that.
Yep,
I
want Zarok versus D7 versus.
Send it to Collins.
Yeah, Zarok versus D7.
I mean, there's a lot. They could talk about this game all day long and how entertaining it was to watch. But we should probably wrap it up because it's been a hell of a day. Squishy, do you have any final questions to ask him?
I'm gonna keep on saying ICOC for the rest of my life.
Oh no! I have to say one thing. Why? I have the clip. I did make the kills in the first 5 rounds on Cafe. Squishy.
Yeah.
Oh, a bit of a bet had gone down,
Wait,
ladies
what?
and gentlemen.
Yeah.
You
said that I will not make
Icox,
any
can you
kills.
explain this bet to the viewers who are watching? That you had.
Yeah, like this beautiful caster Squishy and his mate called that I will not make any kills on Cafe in the first 5 rounds.
And what was the Squishy? Ooh. I mean, there was one player who wasn't getting any kills in the first 5 rounds. That was typical, unfortunate for him. But enough shots taken. Not you, definitely not you. Lastly, before we end, I just want to say about the tactical timeout itself and the Monty being picked. Did you was the Monty just in the motion? Like, were you planning to bring a Monty even before that round had happened, or was it a tactical timeout saying, okay, we need to bring a Monty to counter their aggressive players? Like, why was a Monty pick a thing, basically?
It was like they were way too aggressive for us.
Yeah,
and
so
that's why I picked Monty.
Right?
I just want to slow them down.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And it worked. You know, you won the match
worked.
point. And unfortunate, I think it was the last round they lost because of insane reflex going on. That round went too fast, but the round right before overtime, where there's just a flurry of back and forth going out. But yeah, I mean, like I said, there was just we could talk about so many things. Me and Squishy said that the top 5 talent plays of the week could all be from this one, game day.
And also like the season as well. I mean
that double tap has to be up there, but
that double tap has to.
We're getting at ourselves. Thank you, Cox. It's an amazing interview. Congratulations on your win once again, and I hope you have a good night.
Yeah, thank you, you two guys.
Thank you, Cox.
Hope see you next week.
See you next week.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Bye.
Good luck.
Bye.
And I mean, with him gone, that marks the sad end of the week. And on the stream. And we want to thank Trippin.
As always.
For
sponsoring the Sevens tournament, £100,000. Make sure to sign up. Just everyone just go into Trippin's DMs and message him about it, and he'll get back to every single one of you, I promise.
Or you can just go into any of the global chats and just @ Trippin.
Yeah,
you won't get banned. I promise you won't get
banned. No. It's all permitted, right? Permitted. The casters saying so, it must be true, right?
Yeah. We are the top. We are above Trippin. We are directive casters.
He would be nothing. Is he going to cast himself? I don't think so. So
his only role will be loyal friend and viewer.
Okay, I think we're bullying Trippin way too much.
I think we should just end it.
Let's end it, all right? It's been an amazing night, an amazing game. I hope you all enjoyed watching that game as much as we did casting it. I've been Jaeger. That's been Squishy. Stay hydrated as always. And good night.
Good night.